After 4 games away from home, the Gulls are back at Cardines Field on Wednesday night. Hi everybody, Zach Letson. So glad to have you with us as Newport plays Sanford for the second and final time this regular season. Last time Newport played the Mainers, it was Newport's 6th win in a row, an 8-3 win up at Goodall Park. But the Gulls have won just one time since, looking to snap a 3-game losing streak here tonight. Can the Gulls turn the tide? Well, we'll find out right here at 6:35. But first, the Gulls pregame show starts right now. All right, back here on the Gulls pregame show, Zach Letson joined by new Gulls infielder Alec Makarevich out of East Carolina, AMAC as they call him, playing in his first home game here at Cardines Field. AMAC, you make your debut on Sunday in the Gulls doubleheader. It's been quick turnaround. Now we're here Wednesday, first home game. What's it been like getting to know the guys here on the team?
It's been pretty good. Everyone's pretty loose, relaxed. I mean, it's a good group of guys. We got guys from all around the country, so I'm excited to keep hanging out with everybody.
Well, yeah, you kind of said it. Guys from every corner, every coast. You've been on the bus a lot. We had a trip to North Shore, had a trip to Keene, New Hampshire. Any personalities on the team that have stuck out to you so far?
I mean, I like Josh and Sam. Sam's kind of like me. He's a switch hitter too, so we've kind of just been chatting about that, learning some new things, what we like, what's different. So I've enjoyed that.
Well, I want to take a step back for a moment. I mentioned that you played at East Carolina. You guys were in the super regional round, and you had a big-time moment in Game 1 of that super regional. I know you guys ended up falling short of the ultimate goal, but just can you kind of take me through what that was like coming through there and just how loud, they call it the jungle down there at ECU, what that environment was like for you?
Man, I mean, whenever you mention that, it just gives me chills. Like, the fans there are insane. Everyone's a big leaguer in Greenville, so I'm signing autographs whether I go 0 for 2. Like, it doesn't really matter. Everyone's just loving you there. As an experience, they were a really good team. We were good as well, but you just got to take advantage of your opportunities when you get it. We had a nice lead and kind of gave up a couple good swings and just kind of lost it there. But other than that, the first game was amazing. Had some 2 big plays. Probably 2 of the biggest plays of my life right there, and they just flew by. It was just like a snap of the eye. So.
Well, a heck of a season for you in the East Carolina Pirates, a national seed, a berth in a super regional, but you've made the arrival to Newport, and you got hits in each of your first 3 games. Hasn't been quite the 3 games that the team has wanted. Newport looking to snap a 3-game losing streak. Tonight, just 1 run in those 3 games. How do you get the bats going as a unit and get back in the W column tonight against Sanford?
Yeah, I mean, personally, I think we've been squaring up the ball pretty well. We've had some tough outs, ran into some double plays, but I think we just got to keep doing what we're doing, just keep it simple, take it one at bat at a time, and we'll be fine.
All right, that's ECU's Alec Makarevich. Mac, thanks so much for the time.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, pregame show rolls on right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. All right, it is the Coaches Report here on the Gulls pregame show. Zach Letson joined by Gulls hitting coach Ted Regan with a new haircut. Coach, how's the haircut feel in these warm New England summer days?
Beautiful, light, nice and light, airy. It's good. It's good for an old guy. Yeah, I'm fine.
Well, that's exactly what you want to hear. Clear sky, warm day, but Newport's going to be playing here at Cardines Field tonight against the Sanford Mainers. The last time Newport was here, Coach, it was the 4th game of a 42-run stretch in 4 games. Now, just 1 run in 3 games. Is it luck? Is it approach? What do you think has changed, and what does Newport need to get back to doing?
Obviously, it's just baseball. It happens, So we have another opportunity to go on that run again. We had a tough 3 games. We put some balls in play. They right at everybody. It happens, unfortunately. But now we got to make a new run. We start tonight, get a whole new approach, get it better mentally. These kids here physically have the ability to hit a baseball. Once they learn the mental approach of what to do and get that working, they'll be lights out. So I get a lot of confidence we'll be fine.
Oh, those 3 games really could have gone either way for this team. 27 left on base. You can kind of point to that maybe as where these games have been decided. How do you change that and convert in these bases loaded, 2-runner on kind of situations?
Same thing. It's approach. It's just a mental preparation for it. Instead of trying to do too much, what I want to do, not, well, I hope I don't hit to a double play. I don't want to roll over on a ball, as opposed to I just want to put a barrel on a baseball. So we got to get an approach. It's situational hitting. If we could do that perfectly all the time, we'd be in the wrong spot. We wouldn't be the Newport Gulls. We'd be up in Fenway.
Well, here with the Gulls organization, Coach, you're back. You're the only coach that is back from last season. New manager Frank Holbrook, new pitching coach Dan Gosowski. What's it been like working with those two?
Been a lot of fun. Gus, the beloved child Gus, he's like the Energizer Bunny. He's a go-go guy. I like him. Frank's very methodical. He thinks a lot. He does a good job. Makes good moves. He's very good. A lot of fun to work with younger guys like that. Create energy for me, for old guys.
The Energizer Bunny, I love it. That's fantastic. All right, Ted Regan, Gulls hitting coach, thanks so much for the time.
You got it, Zach. Thank you.
All right, pregame show rolls on right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. All right, back here on the Gulls pregame show, time for the Broadcasters Roundtable with the voice of the Sanford Mainers, Matt Scalzo, and the field reporter for the Newport Gulls, Caden Sharpens here. Matt, I'll start with you. It's been a roller coaster for Sanford, losing 9 of their first 10 games. All of a sudden, now have won 3 in a row, coming off a 6-4 win against Upper Valley.
Yeah, and there's been a new emergence of hitters, really, starting with Matthew Polk from Vanderbilt, and then we also got Cal Hewitt, who was with the Mainers last year. They're both kind of guys that are infectious in a way. You see them hit well, and it kind of gets everyone else going. So Quinn McDaniel's been on a hot streak, so has Adam Dapkowitz, and the pitching staff's just been excellent the entire year. So it's really been a nice all-round effort to finally see it come together. It's nice to see.
Sanford on a 3-game winning streak, Newport on a 3-game losing streak, Caden. Kind of just been tough for these bats to get going. 27 runners left on base, just 1 run. How can Newport find that magic? They had 42 runs in a 4-game stretch. How can the Gulls get back to that?
I think you hit it on the nail right there, Zach. I mean, they know how to hit. They have star power. They have a lot of fantastic hitters. 50 runners left on in the last 5 contests. I mean, you can't really win a baseball game if you do that. So the runner's going to get in scoring position. You just got to execute. It's all about execution at this point. And if the Gulls could execute tonight, it's going to be a good night for them.
Mainers looking to keep a good thing going. Gulls looking to get back on track. That's all for us down here. But we'll talk to you up shortly in the booth right here on the Gulls pregame show. Gulls looking to get back on track. Sanford looking to stay red hot. Those are the storylines as we welcome you to Cardines Field as the 7-5 Newport Gulls take on the 4-9 Sanford Mainers. Up here in the broadcast booth, Zach Letson, Matt Scalzo, the voice of the Sanford Mainers, and the field reporter for the Newport Gulls, Caden Sharpens here. Matt, it's the second matchup between these two teams this season, the second and final of the regular season. These two teams, this is a cross-divisional matchup, so they will only play twice this season. Newport making the trip a week ago tonight to Goodall Park, and the Gulls came out with an 8-3 victory.
Yeah, and that score, a little deceiving as we talked before we got on air. It was close heading into, I believe, after the 6th inning when Ryan Douglas, the Mainers departed. He allowed 2 runs, and then the bullpen kind of struggled with control, and the Newport bats got hot and continued their continuation of dominating games after coming off that 70-1 win over Martha's Vineyard.
And Newport had 42 runs in a 4-game span. That was game number 3 of that stretch. Newport's 6th win in a row at the time. Since though Newport is just 1-4, lost 4 of their last 5, lost 3 in a row. And facing a Sanford team, while they're 4-9, they've won 3 in a row. This is an opportunity. Newport hasn't been back home since Friday, Caden, but an opportunity to start to feel good again, get the bats going, and try to get back on track.
Yeah, exactly. You nailed it right there, Zach. I mean, this is exactly what you need to do. You have a game at home in front of your fans. Got to get the bats going. 1 run in the last 3 contests, that is not going to get the job done. As we talked about in the pregame show about runners on base, runners in scoring position. They're not executing when those runners are on base. So they got to execute. That's the name of the game for the Newport Gulls today at the plate. The pitching's been phenomenal. It's just all about swinging that bat.
Got 27 runners left on base for the Gulls. Newport played a doubleheader out at Frazier Field on Sunday and lost game 1 4-1, game 2 1-0 in 8 innings. Of course, 7-inning doubleheader. Then the Gulls were in Keene, New Hampshire last night, falling 6-0. So Newport, after a hot start, kind of a roller coaster. That's how summer ball typically is. You have your ebbs, you have your flows. in a 44-game season. This is Newport's 13th game of the season as we're a few minutes away, and a great crowd starting to fill in here at Cardines Field in downtown Newport, Rhode Island. And 5 minutes away from first pitch, let's send it down to Mike Falcone for tonight's pregame ceremonies.
Central Falls Police Department. To sing tonight's national anthem, I'd like to welcome to the field B.J. Whitehouse, who has served as the director of the Jamestown Community Chorus since 1989. He's taught general music and chorus at Wilbur McKinnon School in Little Compton for 26 years before retiring.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the lumps bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Over here and so there's stuff over here.
Thank you again, folks. A reminder, head out to the picnic area if you want your chance to go away with that brand new Sakuchi Honda SUV. Now let's get ready to play some baseball.
All right, moments and moments away from first pitch. Just had the national anthem, a fantastic rendition by B.J. Whitehouse here at Cardines Field. It is Sakuchi Honda Strike 4 and SUV night, something that we'll be keeping track of as the night goes on, as someone could go home with a Sakuchi Honda if they can throw a ball into the our little Sakuchi Honda sign with a hole in it from 120 feet away. That'll be the task. And on the task for the Newport Gulls tonight, snapping a 3-game losing streak, facing a Sanford team that Matt, is heading in the opposite direction. They lost 9 of their first 10 games, but all of a sudden have really started to pick things up and now have won 3 in a row.
Yeah, and the Bats have started to come alive, and I think it's kind of this building off of each other, kind of contagious atmosphere within the dugout. Matthew Polk in the game against Keene that was later suspended due to rain and followed the continuation ended the next day. Hit 2 home runs in his first 2 plate appearances, a 2-run bomb in the first inning and then a 3-run homer in the second inning. And so kind of just building off of that, seeing that while the Bats have been quiet and we've left a lot of runners in scoring position and runners on the base paths, that, everything eventually comes to an end. The slump that we were in, the slump that you guys are in right now, hopefully our streak continues, at least for tonight. But, it's kind of just that summer ball. The Bats sometimes take a little while to get going, but they've found their groove, and the pitching staff's been excellent the whole year, and they're just continuing to do their thing.
I think you said it perfectly. That summer ball, you have your peaks and your valleys. Right now, Newport looking to snap out of a 3-game skid. You mentioned Polk, Hewitt. They will be in the lineup tonight. How else does Sanford look here 1 through 9? What's the lineup that they send for Newport to face?
Well, Quinn McDaniel's leading off, and that's kind of the spot he's been over the last few games. Went 4 for 5 with 4 singles yesterday against Upper Valley. You mentioned Polk and Hewitt. They're 2 and 3. Joey Rezick's making his first appearance out of East Carolina, batting cleanup, similar to a guy on your side who's also batting cleanup from East Carolina. Grant Knipp, who had a home run against Newport last week, batting 5th. He's kind of simmered off since that long shot there. Aiden Kane and Jake Reynes are 6 and 7, then 8 and 9. Kevin Skagerlin and Jason Kramer, both guys that have been good. Solid speed there towards the bottom of the order, but Reynes, taller infielder, looking for his first appearance as well.
So that will be what Sanford sends to the plate. 3 runs for the Mainers in that first game between these two teams, and they will go up against a Newport starting pitcher pitching for the first time here at Cardines Field and the second time this summer. The righty out of the University of Miami, Jake Garland, the Hurricanes midweek starter this season. And he pitched in 14 games, 12 of them starts, racked up over 65 innings on the mound, and turned in a pretty good season. Miami, the number 6 national seed in the NCAA tournament. Garland, a pretty big part in that, a 6-2 record with a 3.99 ERA, 54 strikeouts to just 11 walks, an impressive K-to-walk ratio. He's on the mound. The rest of the defense behind him for Newport. Alec Makarevich in left, Colton Ledbetter in center, Josh Kuroda-Grauer in right. Left to right across the infield, it's Lane Alford at third base, Cam Clayton at short, Luke Beckstein at second, Sam Kulisingham at first, and Parker Haskin, the battery mate, doing the catching for number 29 on the mound, Jake Garland. I mentioned it is his first time at Cardines Field. It is not his first time pitching in a Gulls uniform. He was great against Martha's Vineyard. It was a 17-1 win for the Newport Gulls. Garland got the victory, went 5 innings, gave up just 1 run and 4 hits on what was a lockdown night for Newport. Wire to wire, all things considered. Matchup number 2 between these two teams, just about set to get underway. The last time these two will play in the regular season, as Garland fires a fastball, and we're underway from Cardines Field. 66 degrees and mostly sunny here on a Wednesday night. The clouds have really cleared up as that off-speed skips in the dirt. Haskin there to block it. Now a ball and a strike. Quinn McDaniel, the first batter for Sanford this evening. And he fouls this pitch off. Second on the team already for guys that have been around. First on the team in batting average, sitting at .311. A home run and 4 RBIs. Also holds a team-leading 10 walks on the season.
Yeah, and he's shown a lot of patience as this year has gone on, and specifically as of late. Started on that hot streak, kind of fell down a little bit, but has started to pick things back up, getting himself on base, and that's really important. He possesses a lot of speed, which is something you look for in a leadoff man like McDaniel.
From the University of Maine, Elliott, Maine, his hometown, so really a Mainer through and through. Quinn McDaniel awaiting a 1-2 pitch from Garland. Off speed, he got him. One batter, one strikeout for Jake Garland. And there's the first down of this game.
I mean, right there, that's a huge out right there for Jake Garland. I mean, McDaniel went 4 for 5 yesterday. As we noted before, I mean, he only got out one time out of his 5 at-bats. So that's a pretty impressive out. A nice way to get that is a nice strikeout. Good start for the Gulls.
So far, so good. Here's Matthew Polk, someone that we just touched upon out of Vanderbilt. He fouls the first pitch back. A recent addition for this Mainers club, and he has surely made a difference in green and yellow. 4 games played, and like you mentioned, 2 home runs in his debut. Looks at a pitch down low. Now 1 ball and 1 strike. Up to 2 homers and 8 RBIs on the season in just 4 games. The off speed gets him right on the shoulder, so slips out of the hand of Garland. Certainly nothing intentional, but at the end of the day, the first base runner of this game, a hit batsman to Matthew Polk.
Yeah, and I don't think it's intentional, but it seems that he kind of draws the attention of being a hit batter. I believe it's his 4th time this year that he's been hit by a pitch in only his 4th game. Or 5th game, my apologies.
Yeah, most on the team.
Yeah, tied with Kevin Skagerlin now. But this is a guy who's playing in just his 5th game. He's been hit 4 separate times. And he's on for Cal Hewitt. Another recent addition. Looks at strike 1. Another Vanderbilt Commodore hitting in the 3 spot. And exploded this past season with the Commodores down there in Nashville. Checking over at first and back in plenty of time is Polk. And a second-year Sanford Mainer as well. 1 on here with 1 out, top of the first, no score. Runner goes. Upstairs, Haskin, a great throw down to second. The tag, he got him. Oh, what a throw by Parker Haskin. And just like that, the runner erased.
He had a big jump on that Polk right there, too. And Haskin, what a gun. That's an absolute cannon right there. And a great tag as well. Just a beautiful play. And he makes up for what the pitcher did. Hit him, and I get 2 outs.
1-1 coming to Hewitt now with 2 away. There's ball 2. Well, we've seen it plenty. Parker Haskin, a member of the Upper Valley Nighthawks last season, played in the All-Star game here at Cardines Field. And in the first 2 innings, as there's a swing and a miss for strike 2, in the first 2 innings, threw out 2 base runners of that All-Star game. One of them being Newport's Sam Cochran. And now Haskin takes Cochran's number 3 jersey this season. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. Well, it was unorthodox, but it was a 1-2-3 inning for Jake Garland. Nice and easy. And we remain scoreless. 0-0 between Sanford and Newport. Gulls getting their first at bats when we come back on the NECBL Network.
The Newport Gulls Broadcast Network features 7 high-definition cameras, graphics, instant replay, and extended pregame and postgame coverage. Watch the Gulls all season long every Friday night on Your View New England. Be sure to follow the Gulls all season long on our social media accounts at Newport Gulls on Twitter and Instagram, and Facebook.com/Newport Gulls, and subscribe on YouTube.com/Newport Gulls for the latest video highlights and exclusive interviews. For the first time in league history, the 2022 New England League All-Star Game is headed to Martha's Vineyard, home of the Sharks. On Sunday, July 24th, join the NECBL's best as they ferry over to the island and enter the Shark Tank in front of scouts from every MLB organization. Visit asg22.necbl.com for more information. And don't forget to make your ferry reservation at steamshipauthority.com. Fans, the NECBL's broadcast network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8, purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule.
To the bottom of the first we go. No score between Sanford and Newport. Glad you're with us for the second and final matchup of the regular season between these two teams. Zach Letson, Matt Scalzo, and Caden Sharpins here. Newport getting their first at-bats of the night off of the Sanford starter Jacob Marshall. Getting the nod here tonight out of Lemoyne College, a Division II school in Syracuse, New York. And pitching in his third game this summer. He's pitched 6 innings, but pitched in 85 innings with the Dolphins this past season. 13 starts, a 6-3 record with a 3.27 ERA, and 108 strikeouts.
Yeah, he had quite the productive year, and his second start against Keene got cut short due to that weather suspension that I alluded to earlier. So, not that many pitches thrown. That's why you see him out again.
He faces Luke Beckstein, the Newport leadoff man, hitting in the leadoff spot for the first time this season. Beckstein hitting first. Colton Ledbetter in the on-deck circle, playing center and hitting second behind him. As the 0-1 popped him up, back out of play. Ledbetter hitting second. Sam Kulasingam moving down from the 1 spot to the 3 spot for the first time this season. Alec Makarevich is the cleanup hitter playing left. Trent Farquhar hits 5th and is the DH. Josh Kuroda-Grauer hitting 6th and playing right. Slade Alford hits 7th and plays 3rd. Cam Clayton hits 8th and plays shortstop. And Parker Haskin rounds out the order doing the catching and hitting 9th. Big cut and a miss on the 0-2. A 3-pitch strikeout for Jacob Marshall. Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good night. And there's a quick first out here in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, I think what you're seeing here from from manager Frank Holbrook, he's trying to mix some things up. Obviously, the offense just hasn't been going, so he changed things up. You put Beckstein in the leadoff spot, and you get your guys Ledbetter second, and then Kulasingam. So you get those really big power bats, but you're changing it up just a little bit so you can get a nice little feel of what the Maynards are going to throw at you.
Now here's someone that can help you break out of a spell. Colton Ledbetter, Newport's 2-hitter. It's not a very strong start here in Newport. Looks at strike 1. Hitting .295, and this is his 13th game, and this is Newport's 13th game. He's played in all of them. 3 home runs, 10 RBIs, 12 walks as well. Easily the team best. And looks at a ball. They're outside now, a ball and a strike. Kulasingam, the team leader in batting average. Ledbetter in 3rd behind Josh Kuroda-Grauer. 1-1 coming to Ledbetter. Fastball outside. And quickly 2-1 to the new Mississippi State Bulldog, making the move over from Sanford after leading the Bulldogs in about every offensive category. And they sure are excited to get him down in Starkville with another Newport goal. Slade Alford. See, goes the other way, pops it back out of play. It'll find a spot on America's Cup Avenue. We are in the middle of it all here at Cardines Field. The Newport Visitor Center and the Marriott behind us. Then over to the right of us behind the stadium, Newport Fire Department, right in the heart. 2-2 to Ledbetter. Chops softly, charging in his poke. Will have a tough play. Bare hand, he can't make it. So it'll go down as an infield single for Colton Ledbetter on a ball that was dribbled into no man's land. And Newport has its first base runner here tonight.
Yeah, Colton Ledbetter, as you said, you alluded to, it's a guy to get you out of the slump. I mean, he knows how to get on base. He's walked the most on the team, 12 walks, and he's not an easy out at all. And, I mean, you see that. He hustles to first base, and he gets an infield single. And now you bring up arguably your best hitter, the leading hits leader in Division I last season, Sam Kulasingam.
109 of them with the Falcons, the conference player of the year. Helped lead Air Force to an NCAA tournament berth. Everything you could want at a number 5, and Newport fortunate to have him this summer. Healthy lead for Ledbetter as the switch-hitting Kulasingam digs in as a lefty for this at-bat. Swinging first pitch and fouls it back. Hit leadoff for Newport last night. Was a night to forget for the Gulls, a 6-0 defeat to the Keene Swamp Bats. First time those teams have faced since 2019, and an 0-for-4 night for Kulasingam.
Yeah, as you say, I think this is a guy that's due. He hasn't recorded a hit in his last 8 appearances. He's 16 hits, was still tied for 3rd in the NECBL. So this guy knows how to hit the baseball. I think this is obviously hasn't got a hit in his last 8, but he's definitely due tonight.
Awaiting an 0-1, and there's a strike on the outer part of the plate. Well, Marshall attacking these hitters, getting out quickly ahead of counts, and now quickly 0-2.
Yeah, and in the game against Keene where his start got cut short, struck out 5 of the 7 batters he faced. So he was definitely dealing in that one, looking to continue that same streak into this one. He's already got 1.
Newport had just 1 run off of the Sanford starting pitcher. It was a 1-0 game going into the 6th inning. And that thanks to what was a great start from Ryan Douglas. Newport able to jump on the Sanford bullpen as a rocket off of the bat of Kulasingam could be 2 for the Mainers. On to second for 1. On to first, they turn it. And just like that, the single is erased. A 6-4-3 twin killing keeps us scoreless through an inning, 0-0 between the Mainers and the Gulls. We'll be right back as we go to the second on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
The chase for the Fay Vincent Senior Cup begins on Monday, August 1st, when the 2022 New England League playoffs begin. 6 teams will qualify this year, each of the 3 division winners and then the 3 teams with the highest winning percentages. The top 2 teams will receive a first-round bye, while the other 4 teams open things up with a single elimination wildcard round. The winning teams will advance to the best-of-3 series for the Final 4, and then the last 2 teams standing will match up in the best-of-3 NECBL Championship Series to compete for the league title and the right to hoist the Fay Vincent Senior Cup. We'll see you in August for the start of the 2022 postseason. Whether you're an island resident or just visiting, the fastest way to get to the Cape and Islands is by taking the New England League's preferred partner, the Steamship Authority Ferry. Visit steamshipauthority.com for more information. Zephyr is the official on-field cap of the NECBL. Also known as the Z-Hats, Zephyr is the authentic college hat with a loyal following of those who only wear the Z.
Still no score between Newport and Sanford as we head to the top of the second. It is still Jake Garland, who you see on your screen, faced the minimum in the Sanford order in inning number 1, although it was in an unorthodox fashion, and throws ball number 1 in the dirt to Joey Rezick, the Sanford right fielder. Working quickly as that pitch outside to the right fielder out of East Carolina. Both of these teams slotting an ECU Pirate in the cleanup spot tonight. Hard chopper on the left side. Cam Clayton over at shortstop, double clutches, and records out number 1.
Yeah, I didn't really get a chance really to dive into Rezick's year at ECU. Just his first appearance of the year with the Mainers. Arrived yesterday ahead of the game against Upper Valley. Didn't see any time.
Plenty of ECU talent between these two squads. And stepping in, the catcher, Grant Knipp, looks at strike 1. Foul tipped into the glove of Parker Haskin and in the dirt by the Campbell catcher. Another team that was NCAA tourney bound, played in the regional with the number 1 team in all of college baseball, at least ranked, the Tennessee Volunteers. Put up quite the fight. Played in 22 games with the Camels this past spring. There's a breaking ball that's upstairs now, 1-2. They were up 4-0 on the Vols before a late comeback. Well, it's been a wild 2022 NCAA tournament as there's a grounder foul, so we'll do the 1-2 again.
Yeah, I'm talking with him during batting practice when he first got to Sanford. You know, he was like just in awe of how different the ball flights were. He said in Tennessee the ball was just flying out of the stadium.
Swing and a miss, he got him. Jake Garland make it 3 strikeouts now to the first 5 hitters in this Sanford order.
Talk about pace. This man is working really, really fast. It's barely like any time for the batters to even like take a couple breaths. He's already throwing a pitch right down the middle, and you see that right there. I think it's all about the pace. They don't have any time to react.
quickly. 2 up and 2 down here. The only man to reach so far, the hit by pitch. And there's a first pitch swing for Aiden Kane. Coolissingham the flip on to first. And in the blink of an eye, if you stood up, if you blinked, you missed it. Jake Garland is out of the top of the second inning, facing the minimum. Still scoreless between Sanford and Newport as we head to the home half of the second. We'll be right back on the NECBL Network.
Franklin Sports is proud to be the official batting glove of the New England League. This summer, the NECBL and its 14 organizations join over 200 major leaguers by wearing custom Franklin batting gloves as members of the Franklin family. To design your own custom pair of batting gloves, visit franklinsports.com and join the fam. Franklin is the official batting glove of the New England League. For the first time in league history, the 2022 New England League All-Star Game is headed to Martha's Vineyard, home of the Sharks. On Sunday, July 24th, join the NECBL's best as they ferry over to the island and enter the Shark Tank in front of scouts from every MLB organization. Visit asg22.necbl.com for more information. And don't forget to make your ferry reservation at steamshipauthority.com. Whether you're an island resident or just visiting, the fastest way to get to the Cape and Islands is by taking the New England League's preferred partner, the Steamship Authority Ferry. Visit steamshipauthority.com for more information.
No score as we go to the bottom of the second. Zach Letson, Matt Scalzo, Caden Sharpens here with you on a gorgeous 66-degree Wednesday night for baseball. Newport setting 4, 5, and 6 to the plate in their half of the second inning. Alec Makarevich, Trent Farquhar, and Josh Kuroda-Grauer. As Newport with a hit in that first inning from Colton Ledbetter, but it was wiped off of the board as Sam Coolissingham grounded into a double play. So 1, 2, 3 went the goals in the first inning, and Makarevich looks at ball one. Talk about ECU Pirates, and Makarevich, one of them, played a lot with ECU in their run to the Super Regionals this season. Another soft number. It'll be fielded by the third baseman Polk on to first. The lunge, but not in time. Kane tried making an unreal play at first, but the hustle from Makarevich, he got there, and it is a second Newport hitter to reach today on an infield single.
And both of those kind of just going into that no man's land kind of area, just barely reaching the infield dirt and forcing kind of a unknown situation for both the third baseman and the shortstop who's going to make that play. And you saw a bit of confusion there. Both of them were going to converge at very similar times, so you saw Polk jump in front of that one.
So now the leadoff man on here for Trent Farquhar, Newport's designated hitter tonight. Getting the night off from the field. Looks at a fastball out for ball one. Newport's typical second baseman, that being the job of Luke Beckstein tonight. We talked about a couple things that skipper Frank Holbrook has done. Newport looking to find a spark offensively. There's a strike. Gulls with just one run in the last 3 games leading into tonight, but 42 runs in the 4 games, the last being the last home game Newport played here against the Waves.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about Cardines Field, but Farquhar plays fantastic here. 4 for 6 in his last appearance against Ocean State, 3 for 4 against Vineyard back on June 13th. So last 2 games here, he's combined for 7 hits. So this man knows how to swing the bat at home. He had 2 RBIs, 2 doubles in his last game here against Ocean State. So could be expecting another big game for Farquhar at Cardines.
Quite the splits when you look at it. Hitting .571 at Cardines Field in 4 games. Just .091 on the road. So clearly likes playing here on the home confines here in the City by the Sea. Awaiting a 1-2 pitch from Jacob Marshall. skied in the air, hit pretty well, but foul. And in play for a car on America's Cup Avenue, over where you can see both bullpens shared by these teams out in the corner of left field in foul territory. And while it's not a broadcast at Cardinals Field without bringing up the uniqueness of this place. Matt, it's your first time here. You were in awe of how this place really stands out.
Yeah, it's definitely unique, and I love it, honestly, the uniqueness of it, the shared bullpen, shared dugouts.
Farquhar looks at ball 2 outside.
I also like the building that just runs right along the right field line.
Formerly known as the Mudville Pub, now called the Clubhouse, the white building over there. Of course, right next to that, our concessions here at a park that has seen baseball since 1892. There's a swing and a miss. Strike 3 to Trent Farquhar. Got him on the off speed, and Jacob Marshall has his second strikeout here tonight. Now 1 on with 1 out for the man tied with Sam Coolasingham in the hit department, leading the Newport Gulls, Josh Kuroda-Grauer. Newport looking to strike first here tonight. The Gulls have not led since game 1 of those 3 in a row they played against the Navigators. As that pitch comes in upstairs, and well, even in that game, Newport trailed 1-0 going into the 8th inning before sending 13 to the plate, earning 5 walks, 4 hits, and 8 runs on the board against the North Shore Navigators, the most Newport has scored in an inning all season long. As that 1-0 skips in the dirt, quickly 2-0, a good hitter's count to the Newport right fielder, JKG.
Yeah, JKG, 2 or more hits in 7 out of his 12 games played this season, so he knows how to hit the ball, and this is a perfect spot for him. He's at a lower spot in the lineup, usually bats in the 2-hole, so a little bit of creativity from Holbrook here, and I kind of like it. Trying to do a little bit of shake-up, scoring 1 run in the past 3 games, so doing a little bit different.
In the 5 spot last night, 6 tonight, but as you mentioned, hadn't been moved out of that 2 spot really all season. An opening day starter for Newport has not been pulled from the starting 9 since, and for good reason. Looks at a strike, upper part of the plate. JKG thought it might be a little upstairs, just catching the upper part of the black, now 3-1. Makarevich on with a leadoff single. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Smoked to left field, but it's going to go foul. That ball had extra bases, maybe home run distance all over it, but just tailed too much out of play.
Yeah, JKG, most RBIs in the game against Sanford last time, so 3, really impressive. So we could see another. He likes to play against Sanford. I mean, they only play 2 times a year, but we'll see what he does again the second time around.
RBI hits in the 8th and in the 9th inning. Newport with a run parade late, had just 1 run going into the 7th, finished with 8 for the game. 8-3 the final score out at Goodall Park. And these 2 parks, Goodall Park, Cardinals Field, differing in a lot of ways. Swing and a miss from JKG, strike 3. Marshall, after the long foul ball for strike 2, able to bounce back from 3-0 to now his 3rd strikeout here tonight.
Yeah, and Marshall, he's looked to be settled in once again. Not sure how long expecting him to go. I didn't get a chance to ask manager Nick Lops when I was talking to him in the pregame, but, you know, seeing him kind of have this control once again, it's always a pleasant sight to see.
So after the leadoff single, back-to-back strikeouts here for Marshall. For Slade Alford, there goes Makarevich to second. High throw in there with a dive, and he's safe. Alec Makarevich with a stolen base, and now Newport for the first time tonight has a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, we talked about it pregame. Runners in scoring position, runners on base. This is another chance to capitalize, another chance to execute. I know there's 2 outs, but you can't execute. It's a big, big moment right here for Slate.
A 286 hitter so far this season in 12 games played. Big opportunity with Makarevich now standing on second base. As that's in there for a strike. He tried holding up his swing, but Ronaldo Cockrum says it's a strike anyway. It is Cockrum behind the plate, Matt Gattain, and Steven Kalenda doing the umpiring in the field tonight here at Cardines Field. This is Newport's first game here since Friday. It's been 5 days since Newport has played at Cardines, 4 consecutive games away from home. And the last time Newport was here, 22 combined runs between the Waves and the Gulls, a 12-10 defeat for Newport. 1-1 is out and away. Now 2-1 to Alford. Got the scoring started in the first matchup between these two teams. A bases-loaded single up at Goodall Park. That was the only run the game saw until the 6th inning. And Newport added one more. As that's in there for a strike. Even the count up at 2-2. And Jacob Marshall, he's either gotten out ahead of hitters or he's found ways every time, really, to battle his way back in accounts.
That's kind of his philosophy, is not trying to force many walks. That's something he dealt with at Danbury. I believe he had 3 or so walks, and just trying to find the zone more. And, you know, that's, I guess, the key to success for any pitcher, but especially for him when you have 108 strikeouts in a collegiate year.
2 home runs, 6 RBIs this season for Alford. Standing at the dish, awaiting a 2-2. Outside to run the count full. So another full count. We just saw one to Kuroda Grauer a batter ago, and Marshall worked his way back from 3-0, and well, now a big payoff pitch coming here. 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Got him for strike 3. A slow call, but he rang him up, and this inning is over. Jacob Marshall works out of trouble. Newport strands a runner on second base, and it is still scoreless. Another pitching battle between the Mainers and the Gulls here at Cardines Field. We'll step aside and be back with the third here on the NECBL Network.
The 2022 New England League All-Star Game is headed to Martha's Vineyard, home of the Sharks. On Sunday, July 24th, join the NECBL's best as they ferry over to the island and enter the Shark Tank in front of scouts from every MLB organization. Visit asg22.necbl.com for more information. And don't forget to make your ferry reservation at steamshipauthority.com. Fans, the NECBL's broadcast network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8, purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule.
Electricity in the air. Sakuchi Honda strike for an SUV night at Cardines Field, and well, electricity for both of these pitchers. They're both feeling it, just like game 1 between these two teams. As we're back here at Cardines, glad you can be with us. 0-0 the score between Newport and Sanford. Zach Letson, Matt Scalzo, Caden Charpentier on the NECBL Network. And if you can throw a baseball through our wooden setup with a hole from 120 feet away, you can go home with a free car tonight. That's our promo. As Garland back on the bump to face 7, 8, and 9. Jake Reynes, the shortstop, takes a big swing and a miss. Treated with the fastball again. This time he chops it foul. Guy playing in his first game against the Newport Gulls. Out of another guy from Maine.
Yeah, first game of the year for Reynes. He made an appearance as a pinch runner, but first true at-bat for him.
Able to hold up on the 0-2. 19 games with the Black Bears. Not the only Black Bear on this team. Hit .319, 2 home runs, and 10 RBIs. 1-2. Got him on the breaking ball. Oh, baby. What a nasty curve from Jake Garland. He is feeling it tonight. Make it 4 strikeouts. least one in every inning thus far. And most importantly, has kept Sanford off of the board. He has faced the minimum. Only one batter has reached base. Kevin Skagerlin, the batter, tried holding up his swing, and he did, says Matt Gatane, but only guy that reached was Matthew Polk after getting hit by a pitch. He was gunned down by Parker Haskin. Skagerlin playing in his second game against the Gulls this year. The outfielder out of UMass. High chopper, it'll stay in play. Slade Alford across the diamond and in time. And there's a quick out, number 2.
Garland is working really fast, as I said, but he's really efficient. I mean, he doesn't even, 2-3 pitches into the at-bat, he gets an out, ground out, or strikeout. I mean, he's dialed in right now.
Now 2 up and 2 down. He has retired the last 6. And, well, every batter tonight except one. There's a liner back up the middle, spinning play by Cam Clayton on to first in time. A fine play by the Newport shortstop. And in the blink of an eye, another lightning quick inning for Jake Garland. Another 0 on the board. No score between Newport and Sanford as we head to the bottom of the 3rd here on the NECBL Network.
The chase for the Fay Vincent Senior Cup begins on Monday, August 1st, when the 2022 New England League playoffs begin. 6 teams will qualify this year, each of the 3 division winners and then the 3 teams with the highest winning percentages. The top 2 teams will receive a first-round bye, put things up with a single elimination wildcard round. The winning teams will advance to the best-of-3 series for the Final 4, and then the last 2 teams standing will match up in the best-of-3 NECBL Championship Series to compete for the league title and the right to voice the Fay Vincent Senior Cup. We'll see you in August for the start of the 2022 postseason. Whether you're an island resident or just visiting, the fastest way to get to the Cape and Islands is by taking New England League's preferred partner, the Steamship Authority Ferry. Visit steamshipauthority.com for more information. Zephyr is the official on-field cap of the NECBL. Also known as the Z-Hats, Zephyr is the authentic college hat with a loyal following of those who only wear the Z. Zephyr makes hats for over 800 colleges and channels that same energy and creativity into building custom hats of all types for pro sports teams, clothing brands, and companies everywhere. Make sure you pick up your Newport Gulls official on-field cap today.
It has been all about the pitchers here tonight. No runs on the board as of yet as we go to the bottom half of the 3rd inning. 8-9-1 for the Newport Gulls. Cam Clayton, Parker Haskin, and Luke Beckstein due up. Newport has 2 hits on the night, but no runs. Sanford not yet with a hit this evening, but Jacob Marshall back out on the bump for the Mainers has been spectacular tonight. And gets Clayton on a big swing for strike 1. Newport with a runner on second after the Makarevich infield single, but Marshall worked his way out of it. He retired 3 goals in a row by way of the K. As Cam Clayton swinging the other way, it rolls foul, now 1-1.
Yeah, that's something I've noticed with both pitchers, finding the zone early and often. That's their key right now, and just trying to work quickly, keep batters in the box, not allowing them to really set themselves. I know, Caden, you've alluded to that with Garland. They've both done a nice job, and it's going to be hard to really find a run if they're both doing this.
0-2, smacked over to the shortstop. Reynes makes the play. And another out recorded by Jacob Marshall.
Yeah, and you see it's not hard contact at all. Like every single time someone's made contact with it, not many times it's happened today, but it's all been soft contact, and these pitchers are dialed in. I mean, 15 strikeouts per 9 innings for Marshall, first out of any starter on the Mainers this season. I mean, he knows how to strike guys out, and both pitchers right now. I mean, 8 strikeouts combined already. It's not even the 4th inning.
Well, Sanford has only sent the minimum to the plate. Newport has sent just 1 over the minimum. Parker Haskin trying to get on by way of a bunt, fouls it back to the net. It's a little bit of an interesting call for your catcher hitting in the 9-hole, Parker Haskin. A NECBL All-Star, the starting catcher for the North All-Stars here at Cardines last season. A game that the North came out victorious, and Haskin, one of many Nighthawks with that All-Star nomination. Looks at a ball there now, 1-1. The last hitter in this Newport order, completing the first trip around 1 through 9. Break-in ball is in there for strike 2. Plays his college ball over at Elon University. Newport with kind of a 3-catcher rotation right now. Haskin, the main counterpart, but behind him, Jake Burley, Jack Scanlon as well. Staying alive with a foul back to the netting. And really, Newport has rotated all 3 pretty consistently. Scanlon got the start last night, Burley before that. And Haskin played in his first game with Newport since the Gulls had that game 1, of course, a doubleheader against the Navigators. That ball up and into Haskin, now 2 balls and 2 strikes. 26 balls, just 13 strikes. Marshall has had his command thus far. Only 2 base runners, a pair of infield singles to Colton Ledbetter and Alec Makarevich. 2-2. Stays alive again with another foul, and this is what Parker Haskin does. We saw him do it against the Ocean State Waves. He came off the bench and delivered a 9-pitch at bat. And fouling pitches left and right. That's his 3rd foul of this AB. And now awaiting pitch number 7 in this at bat from Jacob Marshall. Outside, and the count runs full now to Parker Haskin, playing in his 9th game this summer with the Newport Gulls. 2nd year, as mentioned, in the NECBL. 3 for 21 so far on the young season. Drives the payoff pitch. Shallow into right. Rezick underneath it, and he makes the catch. So now 2 away. 2 up and 2 down here in the bottom of the 3rd for Jacob Marshall.
You got to pass the infield. It's in the outfield now, so we're moving. We're getting close.
That is the first time Newport has done so tonight. The outs for Newport have gone 2 ground outs and 4 strikeouts. Jacob Marshall has kept it, like you said, to soft contact. Beckstein, one of those strikeout victims, steps in here, looks at ball 1. Starting for the first time this season in the leadoff spot. 5 for 28. This is his 11th game with the Gulls. And that pitch, the movement on it, he could not hold up his swing. Like a nasty tailing pitch from Marshall.
Beckstein, the hero, the walk-off against the Valley Blue Sox a couple of weeks ago. So, I mean, he has that ability. He's got that leadoff, so Holbrook gave him the nod. So this is a big spot for him, a big game for him to show what he can do at the leadoff spot.
Last played in Game 3 against the Navigators. Has played plenty for Newport this season. Kind of as a utility guy. Can play second, can play shortstop. 1-2, just low. Marshall thought he had a inning-ending punch-out. Instead now a 2-2 count. No score here at Cardines Field. 2 down here in the bottom of the 3rd. Swing and a miss. He got him again. Jacob Marshall, untouchable for the Sanford Mainers. His 5th strikeout, and he keeps Newport off the board here in the bottom of the 3rd. No score between the Mainers and the Gulls. I'll hand things over to Matt for innings 4, 5, and 6 for play-by-play when we return. You're listening to Newport Gulls baseball here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
For the first time in league history, the 2022 New England League All-Star Game is headed to Martha's Vineyard, home of the Sharks. On Sunday, July 24th, join the NECBL's best as they ferry over to the island and enter the Shark Tank in front of scouts from every MLB organization. Visit asg22.necbl.com for more information. And don't forget to make your ferry reservation at steamshipauthority.com. Fans, the NECBL's broadcast network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8, purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule.
Back at Goodall Park, 0-0. The score between the Mainers and the Gulls. Matt Scalzo, Zach Letson, Caden Charpentier. As it's been a pitcher's duel to get things going. Only 2 hits on the board. Both have gone to Newport, top of the order. Up for the Mainers as Jake Garland fires in a first pitch strike to Quinn McDaniel on the outer half. Garland went through the first time the Mainers lineup went down in order. Faced the minimum that you needed to do. That one down and away. One chopped by McDaniel. Count now at 1-2, and Garland maybe taking a bit more time here. Obviously, you have to get set with that foul ball, but a chance maybe for McDaniel to set himself. Not something that the Mainers hitters have really had a chance to do. 1-2 fouled off again.
Yeah, if you're Sanford, I mean, you kind of touched on it a little bit. You want to and need to kind of start working these at-bats. You look at the pitch count for Jake Garland, it's at just 32. And here we're sitting in the top of the 4th inning. That is some impressive efficiency.
1-2 bounces away. Count evened up at 2-2. That's something I've noticed with these Mainers hitters. The more the season's got on, is starting to work the counts. Happened against Upper Valley. There were plenty of foul balls, even in 2-strike counts. As the 2-2 delivery bounced in, count is full. Payoff pitch from Garland. Swing and miss. McDaniel goes down on strikes for the 2nd time today. And that is the 5th strikeout victim for Garland.
Got a lot of movement on that pitch. Looked like a strike out of his hand and kind of just tailed away out of the zone. He has been really in a groove tonight. He looked really good against Martha's Vineyard. He looks even better tonight. No one can really get a read on him. We talked about contact, Newport not being able to get it. Same for Sanford.
As Polk swings on the first pitch, grounds it to short. Clayton Fields throws on to first, and that's a 2nd out. Polk, the only man that had reached base for the Mainers, went back to the dugout as he was caught stealing, and now Cal Hewitt comes up. Still no hits for the Mainers as we find ourselves through 3 2/3.
Yeah, it's not just to me about how these outs have been recorded, boom, boom, boom. It's the fact that these innings have been so quick. Like the speed that Garland is working with is remarkable.
Breaking ball in for strike 1.
He's really keeping these batters like really off. They don't really know what he's going to throw, either fastball, changeup, curveball. I mean, he's really keeping them a lot of variety of pitches right here from Garland.
Another off speed, hit softly to short. Clayton Fields throws to first. Back-to-back 6-3s in the scorebook, and we'll send it to the bottom of the 4th. 0-0 between the Mainers and the Gulls on the NECBL Network and 104.3 The Legends in Sanford.
The chase for the Fay Vincent Senior Cup begins on Monday, August 1st, when the 2022 New England League playoffs begin. 6 teams will qualify this year. each of the 3 division winners, and then the 3 teams with the highest winning percentages. The top 2 teams will receive a first-round bye, while the other 4 teams open things up with a single elimination wildcard round. The winning teams will advance to the best-of-3 series for the Final Four, and then the last 2 teams standing will match up in the best-of-3 NECBL Championship Series to compete for the league title and the right to hoist the Fay Vincent Senior Cup. We'll see you in August for the start of the 2022 postseason. The chase for the Fay Vincent Senior Cup begins on Monday, August 1st, when the 2022 New England League playoffs begin. 6 teams will qualify this year, each of the 3 division winners, and then the 3 teams with the highest winning percentages. The top 2 teams will receive a first-round bye, while the other 4 teams open things up with a single elimination wildcard round. The winning teams will advance to the best-of-3 series for the Final Four, and then the last 2 teams standing will match up in the best-of-3 NECBL Championship Series to compete for the league title and the right to hoist the Fay Vincent Senior Cup. We'll see you in August for the start of the 2022 postseason.
Back at Cardines Field, bottom of the 4th inning. Colton Ledbetter will lead things off for Newport here as Jacob Marshall out for another inning of work for him. And based on how he's pitching, as along with Jake Garland, not sure we'll see either of them leave anytime soon. Matt Scalzo, Zach Letson, Caden Charpentier. Ledbetter's first time up, reached on an infield single as he fouls off the first pitch.
Yeah, and as the famous Jackson 5 once said, easy as 1, 2, 3. And that's how these innings have been going. They're really, really quick, really easy. These pitchers are making quick work of all the batters.
Ledbetter lifts that one. Deep left field. Skagerlund goes back, and he makes the running grab. A little hard time picking it up, but able to get underneath it, makes the grab, and there's one away in the bottom of the 4th.
Yeah, Colin Ledbetter had a home run. Actually has home runs in each of his last 2 games here at Cardines Field. A solo shot against Ocean State, and then a home run also against Martha's Vineyard, the home game Newport played before that. He's a guy where a lot of his outs will look like that. They'll be well hit, and that was eerily similar to a ball that he hit in the 9th inning against the Waves that was nearly a 3-run homer.
Coolasingham does a similar thing, this time in shallow left field, and Rainish trying to go back to make the slide and grab. Won't able to get there, and Coolasingham aboard with a 1-out single.
This is what good hitters do. They find the spaces in the field. You got to hit them where they ain't. And right there, kind of just in the Bermuda Triangle in between Skagerlund, Rainish, Polk, not much of a chance. Rainish gave a great effort on the slide there to try to come up with it. But Sammy K does what Sammy K does. That's his 17th hit of the season, leading this goal squad.
Now Alex Makarevic, he singled his last time up, second hit, takes ball 1. So Marshall dealing with another base runner. Third hit given up, that one low and inside, good block behind the plate by Nip.
You know, I don't want to say it because it might be a curse, but like the Gulls could slowly be starting to figure Marshall out. You have a really huge contact by Ledbetter, and then as Coolasingham does, as Zach alluded to, he finds the holes, and he did right there. And I have another opportunity with a runner on base, so let's see what the Gulls can do.
2-0, misses outside, count at 3-0.
This is a guy that's really been seeing the ball well at the plate. He's now got hits in each of his first 4 games with the Gulls, has now worked a great count here as well.
Marshall finds the zone. Saw a similar story where Marshall fell behind 3-0, able to work the count back to full, and I believe he eventually got the strikeout. I believe it was against Kuroda Grauer. Not able to work the full count here as that one misses outside, and it's a walk to Makarevic, who's on the base path safely for the second time. And now runners on first and second for Trent Farquhar.
Such a disciplined approach at the plate. That is why he is in the heart of the order. You want guys like that you can put behind Kulasingam, in front of Trent Farquhar and Josh Kuroda-Grauer. This is what Frank Holbrook wants out of his lineup. It's patience. Let the game come to you a little bit. And here's another opportunity, the best that Newport's had so far today.
And a very big opportunity has certainly come to the Gulls here with runners on first and on second. First pitch to Farquhar misses high and outside. Ball one. Marshall seems to maybe have lost a little bit of control here as we've gone into the fourth inning dealing with a pair of base runners. Farquhar came into tonight batting .278. A huge opportunity here. That one bounced in. Count now 2-0.
Yeah, I think you can certainly call it a trend. That was the 13th batter that he's faced tonight, the first free pass he's given up. All of a sudden, after a 5-pitch walk, now Farquhar out ahead 2-0, so that's 6 balls in just a 7-pitch span.
Now you can make it 7 balls in the last 8 pitches. There is the count now at 3-0. Second straight batter that the count has run to that count.
And Newport's done a nice job kind of extending these innings a little bit, making him labor. I think you might be starting to see a little bit of that fatigue as he's into now the 55-pitch mark.
That one fouled off by Farquhar. Count 3-1. Obviously, Marshall pitched briefly on Saturday against Keene, and even then, while it was brief,
it's a quick turnaround.
It is a very quick turnaround. Starting pitchers, do a lot to warm up, which is why he didn't make an appearance in that continuation game. Now he's here. So 3-1 count to Farquhar. Standing on first, Makarevich. Kulasingam on second, and Marshall will step off. (3-1) in there, lower half of the zone. Count full.
We've been seeing that from Marshall, being able to fight. I mean, a lot of hitters counts, and then he's able to fight back, get 2 strikes in a row, so that's a big.
And Farquhar able to work the walk. Bases are now loaded for Josh Kuroda-Grauer, better known as JKG, as manager Nick Lops will come out and have a conversation with his pitcher as the Gulls struggled early on, but have seemed to have gotten to the big right-hander.
Yeah, this is a big pressure situation for Marshall, who hasn't really had to deal with him so far today. Newport has found ways to get guys on in at least in innings 1 and 2, but never really had an opportunity nearly as good as this. Bases loaded, bottom of the 4th inning, and we talked about it earlier. This is why you put JKG in the 6 hole, because this is the 6th hitter in your lineup, disguised really as a 2-hitter. It's really what he is in terms of his ability to get on base. Already have mentioned his hit total being at 16 already this season. This is Newport's 13th game. This is someone that you would love to have in the bottom part of the order. And I don't want to say a secret weapon because I think he's known by these teams, but can kind of sneak up on you when you look at the lineup card and he's in the 6th spot.
Very well-balanced lineup that you see here from Newport, and a big opportunity to bring the first run across. Infield playing pretty standard. Polk and Kane, the ones crept in towards the infield grass. Reynes and McDaniel playing pretty far back in double play depth as Marshall misses outside for ball 1.
Yeah, in my opinion, probably the best guy you want up right now for the Gulls. Leads his team in RBIs. He tied for the team in, or Kulasingam actually just passed him, but he's second on the team in hits. So, I mean, this is the guy that you want up right now. Bases loaded. We talked about it before. Runners in scoring position. This is when the Gulls have really struggled. So this is a big opportunity for JKG.
Big cut there on the last swing. Didn't make any contact. The 1-1 from Marshall. That one chopped towards Polk. Flips to second. McDaniel, the throw on to first in time. A double play. What a job by the Mainers defense, able to get out of the bases loaded jam. We send it to the top of the 5th. Still no score between Sanford and Newport on the NECBL network and 104.3 The Legends in Sanford.
Franklin Sports is proud to be the official batting glove of the New England League. This summer, the NECBL and its 14 organizations join over 200 major leaguers by wearing custom Franklin batting gloves as members of the Franklin family. To design your own custom pair of batting gloves, visit franklinsports.com and join the fam. Franklin is the official batting glove of the New England League. The Newport Gulls broadcast network features 7 high-definition cameras, graphics, instant replay, and extended pregame and postgame coverage. Watch the Gulls all season long every Friday night on Your View New England. Be sure to follow the Gulls all season long on our social media accounts at Newport Gulls on Twitter and Instagram, and Facebook.com/Newport Gulls, and subscribe on YouTube.com/Newport Gulls for the latest video highlights and exclusive interviews.
Still no score here at Guardians Field between the Mainers and the Gulls. Newport with a huge opportunity in the bottom of the 4th, had the bases loaded with 1 out, but Joshua Kuroda-Grauer grounded into a 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. Joey Rezick leads things off and takes a ball in the dirt from Jake Garland, who's out for another inning of work as some cloud coverage starting to come over here in Newport. Just joining us, Matt Scalzo, Zach Letson, Caden Charpentier. As Rezick maybe caught a piece of that one, but first strike to him.
Now Garland's been incredibly efficient. That his 41st pitch of the night. Here we sit in the 5th inning.
Continuing to work quickly and gets Rezick to chase on the low off-speed pitch. Count it 1-2. He's got his sign. And it's another strikeout.
Man, what did this man have for breakfast today? Because this dude is cooking right now. I don't know what it was, eggs or bacon. I mean, he's on fire right now.
Could have been both for all we know.
Right.
That'll bring Grant Knipp up, who was the 3rd man to strike out to Garland. First pitch, swing and a miss. 0-1.
And it really, I mean, I think the consistent sign here is not only that he's working quickly, but these hitters are fooled so often. I mean, he's ready to go right there. It's unreal. The ump's like, oh, slow down for us, Jake. There's not enough time for everyone else to get set.
Knipp hits that one on the ground, and it gets past a diving Slate Alford. And there's the first hit for the Mainers. They won't be no hit tonight, even though it looked like for a while it might be the case with how Garland was pitching. Knipp able to get out of a slump of his own. That nice single.
It took 14 batters, but Mainers finally with a hit on the board. Of course, we mentioned the first time that these two teams played, it was Blair and Douglas that were in a pitcher's duel. Both teams had just 2 hits through 6 innings. It's amazing the deja vu you see in baseball.
Kane lifts that one high and deep to right center field. It is gone. A 2-run home run for Aiden Kane, and the Mainers strike first here. Kane's first home run of the year. He throws up the antlers. 2-0. Sanford takes the lead.
Boy, was that a shot. I mean, smoked to dead center field. That is the deepest part of the park at Guardians. Just as I'm saying, what a pitcher's duel we have. I mean, that ball just tattooed, and that looked like a comfortable swing. I don't think – it's a surprise, I think, to many to hear that's his first long ball of the summer.
I'll bring Jake Reynes in, and he takes a first pitch there.
Yeah, I mean, that's out of nowhere. Like, out of thin air, the Mainers get 2 runs. I mean, you get a guy on, and then you get a single, then get a blast.
What do they call it, a bloop and a blast?
Couple bloops, couple blasts.
That's exactly what we just saw.
As Reynes swings and misses on the 2-0. That one from Kane goes 387, 99 miles an hour off the bat. Kane, one of those players that manager Nick Lops was really excited about, but kind of struggled to get into rhythm, and they're finally able to bring it all together. The big lefty gets his first home run of the year. Count now at 3-1.
It's remarkable the momentum swings that you can see in the game of baseball with Newport just having the bases loaded as that's flown away. But having the bases loaded, a chance to take the lead, just one out, and Sanford gets out of it, and then immediately making the most of new life. It looked like Newport surely was going to take the lead. All of a sudden now a 2-run lead for the Mainers.
3-2. Reynes lifts that one. So that'll stay in the infield. Alford taking a few steps to his right. He makes the grab. There's two, and that's the first out, actually the second out here in the top of the fifth inning. For Kane, those were his first 2 RBIs of the year as well. So someone that was definitely struggling to get going in Sanford has given his team a lift. They hold the 2-0 lead as Kevin Skagerlin takes a first pitch strike on the inner corner. That one bounced down the third base side. That'll go foul. Count it 0-2. As what was a clear sky night, maybe turning into a bit of overcast, partly cloudy, as the 0-2 on the way from Garland. Swing and a miss. Skagerlin goes down, but the Mainers do their damage. A 2-run shot from Aiden Kane makes it 2-0 Sanford as we send it to the bottom of the fifth on the NECBL Network and 104.3 The Legends.
For the first time in league history, the 2022 New England League All-Star Game is headed to Martha's Vineyard, home of the Sharks. On Sunday, July 24th, join the NECBL's best as they ferry over to the island and enter the Shark Tank in front of scouts from every MLB organization. Visit asg22.necbl.com for more information. And don't forget to make your ferry reservation at steamshipauthority.com. Fans, the NECBL's broadcast network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8, purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule. Whether you're an island resident or just visiting, the fastest way to get to the Cape and Islands is by taking the New England League's preferred partner, the Steamship Authority Ferry. Visit steamshipauthority.com for more information.
Back at Goodall Park, 2-0. The Mainers lead it after the 2-run shot from Aiden Kane in the top of the fifth inning. His first home run of the year. Jacob Marshall out for another inning of work. He'll face the 7, 8, and 9 hitters in the Newport lineup, starting with Slate Alford, the third baseman. Newport had a chance to take the lead in the bottom of the fourth inning, but the Mainers able to get out of a bases-loaded jam with a 6-4-3 double play. Alford swinging on the first pitch. He'll foul it off down the first base side. Just joining us, Matt Scalzo, Zach Letson, Caden Charpentier.
Yeah, a little bit of a punishment for the Gulls. I mean, they weren't able to execute on that. I mean, they had 1 out, bases loaded, and then the Mainers get 2 runs on a home run the next inning. So I feel like a little bit of karma, a little bit of a punishment for not executing it once again.
As Alford swings on the next pitch and sends a rocket out of the stadium down the first base side. Whoever it is working the cameras better to watch out there.
Yeah.
So the 0-2 to Alford. That one popped up foul once again.
Newport's always got to stay alive. I mean, these things are blasting out of the park. Always got to have your head up.
So we go again on the 0-2. That one bounced in. First ball, 1-2. Both strikes came off foul balls. These were the first 3 in this at-bat, so maybe you're starting to see Newport pick up on Marshall's tendencies that you guys alluded to in the last inning.
Now everything's changed, though. With a lead to work with, I think it gives you a lot more confidence. After Newport, it looked like they were starting to find the cracks. Now that could change.
1-2 misses outside. 2-2 here. Another off speed from Marshall. Swing and a miss. Alford goes down, look on swinging as Marshall's able to get him to chase the pitch down in the dirt on the outer portion. That's the first out here in the bottom of the 5th and the 6th strikeout for Jacob Marshall.
90 degrees with a 90 miles per hour, with some movement in the dirt. That is lethal from Jacob Marshall.
That one down and away once again. This time to Cam Clayton. He lays off it for ball 1. Wano back in a similar spot. Same result, ball 2. Runs high and inside. Clayton able to move off the plate. Scary sight there. Count now at 3-0. Happened a couple times over the weekend where Mainers hitters were hit in the head on the helmet. A 3-0 from Marshall. That one misses upstairs, and it's a 4-pitch walk to Cam Clayton. He's heading on his way to first for the first time today.
Hey, you just got to find a way to put ducks on the pond. Any way you can do it, any way you can give yourself opportunities. It hasn't been the most encouraging for Newport over these past 4 games, but you just have to keep giving yourself the opportunity to end that. Having the opportunities is the only way that runs are going to come. So it's still encouraging to see that patient approach at the plate. Of course, Marshall with the 2 walks last inning, now another one here.
So that'll bring the 9-hitter Parker Haskin up. He flew out to right field. His first time at the dish. And hits that one sharply foul down the third base side into the netting. As the lights have come on here at Cardines Field. The lights also above us here. The 0-1 for Marshall. That one runs over top of the shoes of Haskin. Count now at 1-1.
I mean, as we alluded to, he's starting to lose control just a little bit. But last inning, the Gulls didn't execute. I mean, they get an opportunity to execute. Can they execute this inning? It's a big question mark. I mean, obviously the momentum shift towards the Mainers, and now you gotta turn the tide, as we said before the game.
1-1 inside again. Nip with a nice block. Throw down to first. Diving back in time is Clayton. Count now at 2-1. So far, Newport's left 4 runners on base with 3 hits so far. As that one's hit back up the middle, Reynes steps on the bag, throws on to first. Oh, what a play from Jake Reynes. He said, check, please, let's get out of this inning. Another double play for the Mainers as we'll send it to the top of the 6th. 2-0 the score in favor of Sanford on the NECBL Network and 104.3 The Legends.
Franklin Sports is proud to be the official batting glove of the New England League. This summer, the NECBL and its 14 organizations join over 200 major leaguers by wearing custom Franklin batting gloves as members of the Franklin family. To design your own custom pair of batting gloves, Visit franklinsports.com and join the fam. Franklin is the official batting glove of the New England League. The Newport Gulls broadcast network features 7 high-definition cameras, graphics, instant replay, and extended pregame and postgame coverage. Watch the Gulls all season long every Friday night on Your View New England. Be sure to follow the Gulls all season long on our social media accounts at Newport Gulls on Twitter and Instagram, and Facebook.com/Newport Gulls, and subscribe on YouTube.com/Newport Gulls for the latest video highlights and exclusive interviews. Zephyr is the official on-field cap of the NECBL. Also known as the Z-Hats, Zephyr is the authentic college hat with a loyal following of those who only wear the Z. Zephyr makes hats for over 800 colleges and channels that same energy and creativity into building custom hats of all types for pro sports teams, clothing brands, and companies everywhere. Make sure you pick up your Newport Gulls official on-field cap today.
Back at Cardines Field, 2-0 the lead for the Sanford Mainers. The 9-hitter Jason Kramer will lead things off, facing Jake Garland again, who's out for his 6th inning. The only difference so far, the 2-run home run from Aiden Kane in the last inning for the Mainers, as Kramer swings on the first pitch, hits that one into right field. A diving grab for Kuroda Grauer, and he makes the grab. What a play out in right field from JKG.
Oh, JKG back at it again. He has quite the glove out there. I mean, we've seen it plenty. He's having a good laugh over there with Ledbetter. I mean, just one of the best gloves you will find on this Gull squad. And that ball was sinking quickly. A line shot, had to make up some ground. A full dive, had to roll on the grass there, held on to the baseball, and that's what you need if you're Newport right now. You can't have Sanford getting the leadoff guy on to try to add to this lead.
Top of the order now up with Quinn McDaniel, who swings and misses on the first pitch from Garland. McDaniel has gone down on strikes both times, once looking and the other time swinging, his last time up in the 4th. And he takes another pitch in for strike 2, quickly behind 0-2 to Garland.
Yeah, back-to-back SC top 10 plays, double play, and then a diving catch. Unbelievable athleticism right there. This man can do everything. JKG, hit the ball, dive, everything.
McDaniel able to stay alive as he catches a piece of that one. Swing and a miss there by McDaniel. Drop third. Haskin pops up, throws down to first in time. That'll be the 8th strikeout for Jake Garland in a game where he's had his stuff going, but the lone blemish there on back-to-back hits from the Mainers.
Yeah, he really looked like he hasn't broken a sweat. It was 2 at-bats that spanned about 3 minutes. It was a blink of an eye. Other than that, other than those 2 moments, he has been spot on.
That'll bring Matthew Polk up. Takes ball 1 in the dirt on the check swing. He did not go around, says the first base umpire.
This is a guy that's not even at 65 pitches yet in this game and out away from getting out of the 6th here.
That one just off the mark on the outer half. Count it 2-0. That one chopped down the third base side. Fielding and throw on to first that time from Alford. In time, that'll do it. A 1-2-3 inning for Garland as we send it to the bottom of the 6th. 2-0 the lead for the Mainers on the NECBL Network and 104.3 The Legends in Sanford.
For the first time in league history, the 2022 New England League All-Star Game is headed to Martha's Vineyard, home of the Sharks. On Sunday, July 24th, join the NECBL's best as they ferry over to the island and enter the Shark Tank in front of scouts from every MLB organization. Visit asg22.necbl.com for more information. And don't forget to make your ferry reservation at steamshipauthority.com. Fans, the NECBL's broadcast network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8, purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule. Whether you're an island resident or just visiting, the fastest way to get to the Cape and Islands is by taking the New England League's preferred partner, the Steamship Authority Ferry. Visit steamshipauthority.com for more information.
Back in Newport here, new pitcher on the bump for the Mainers, Ryan Butler. Replaces Jacob Marshall after 5 scoreless innings. And it appeared towards the tail end of that appearance, the Newport Gulls were starting to pick up on him, so manager Nick Lops opting to make a change and bringing in the right-handed pitcher from Liberty.
Yeah, the day is over for Marshall, and, well, a day that he can really be proud of. 5 innings, the 3 hits, 3 walks, and 6 strikeouts, and Newport may be happy to see a new arm. The Gulls, you go through these stretches in baseball, these really cold stretches. Newport's at 24 straight innings without a run.
Yeah, I mean, there's cold, and then there's, like, ice cold. Like, right now, the Newport Gulls are ice cold.
First pitch from Butler in there for strike 1 to Luke Beckstein. Top of the order up, so it'll be 1, 2, and 3 for the Gulls in the bottom of the 6th. The 0-1 from Butler in there, belt high for strike 2.
I mean, this offense is second in the league in hits. I mean, they lead the league in OPS and slug in the entire league, and you see what's happening right now. It's very confusing, definitely very confusing for me.
Butler there just missing on the outer half. First ball there, 1 and 2. A 1-2. Just off the mark again, 2 and 2. Swing and a miss by Beckstein. He goes down on strikes. That's 1 up and 1 down for Ryan Butler here in the bottom of the 6th.
He's working with a lot of confidence and command. Beckstein got back in the at-bat, but promptly fell behind 0-2. It does not help you get out of a slump when you got a pitcher that's attacking, that's aggressive, and has real command of his pitches, and that's what we're seeing. It's only a 2-run lead, but almost working closer style with that aggressive command.
First pitch to Ledbetter, misses for ball 1.
Yeah, it's a 2-run lead, as you said, Zach, but, I mean, as the Gulls are hitting right now, it more feels like it's like a 10-run lead, to be honest with you. I mean, they get guys on base, but they just simply can't execute. But this is where you want right here. Yeah, Ledbetter, Kulasingam. Like, these are your guys. These are the guys that know how to hit the baseball. They've been doing it all season, so this is the moment right here.
Butler fell behind 2-0, but able to fire in a strike there in the upper portion of the zone. Count at 2-1 to Colton Ledbetter. Singled his first time up, then went out on a double play. Hits a sharp ground ball down the first base side. but that is ruled foul. Count at 2-2.
Yeah, just by a whisker on the right side of that right field line, and a guy that he's put good contact all 3 times. He's come up to the plate, a single, then a long fly out, and real close to potentially extra bases right there. The Gulls really would have loved that. Newport still looking for that first hit since the 4th inning when the man on deck, Kulisingham, had one.
So 2-2 count here. Butler deals. Breaking ball. Swing and a miss. Down goes Ledbetter. Now there's 2 away and back-to-back strikeouts for Ryan Butler.
Yeah, Ledbetter sitting a little more on a fastball there, and an excellent job done right there by Butler, just kind of taking a little bit off of it. And Ledbetter way out ahead of it, and this is so far so good on the mound for the first call to the bullpen here in this game.
First pitch off the mark to Kulisingham. Kulisingham, as you mentioned, last hit for the Gulls. That was that bloop single out into left field. He chases on that one, down and away, strike 1. 79 miles an hour on the off speed from Butler, who holds the lowest ERA on the Mainers with 0. Fires in a strike there. Count now at 1-2, tied with Brady Afton and Spencer Hill. The 4th appearance for Butler this year. The 1-2 down and away, or down and in, excuse me, 2-2. Those were the 7th and 8th strikeouts of the year for Ryan Butler as he readies on the 2-2 delivery. That one skipped in. Count runs full. A payoff pitch. That one hit on the ground towards first. Kane fields that one, flips to Butler. He'll step on the bag, and that'll do it. A 1-2-3 inning of work for Ryan Butler, as we'll send it to the top of the 7th. That'll do it for me. Hand it off to Zach Letson, who will bring you home here on the NECBL Network and 104.3 The Legends in Sanford.
The chase for the Fay Vincent Senior Cup begins on Monday, August 1st, when the 2022 New England League playoffs begin. 6 teams will qualify this year, each of the 3 division winners and then the 3 teams with the highest winning percentages. The top 2 teams will receive a first-round bye, while the other 4 teams open things up with a single elimination wildcard round. The winning teams will advance to the best-of-3 series for the Final 4, and then the last 2 teams standing will match up in the best-of-3 NECBL Championship Series to compete for the league title and the right to hoist the Fay Vincent Senior Cup. We'll see you in August for the start of the 2022 postseason. The chase for the Fay Vincent Senior Cup begins on Monday, August 1st, when the 2022 New England League playoffs begin. 6 teams will qualify this year, each of the 3 division winners and then the 3 teams with the highest winning percentages. The top 2 teams will receive a first-round bye, while the other 4 teams open things up with a single elimination wildcard round. The winning teams will advance to the best-of-3 series for the Final 4, and then the last 2 teams standing will match up in the best-of-3 NECBL Championship Series to compete for the league title and the right to hoist the Fay Vincent Senior Cup. We'll see you in August for the start of the 2022 postseason.
To the top of the 7th we go, 2-0 Mainers over the Gulls in Game 2 between these 2 teams this season. The last matchup of the regular season between these 2 squads. You never know what will transpire in the postseason, but here we are as we go to the top of the 7th. Still Jake Garland on the mound, and Cal Hewitt first pitch swinging, popped him up. Sam Kulisingham by the first base line makes the catch, and Jake Garland staying as efficient as ever. 2 hits given up. And those both coming in back-to-back fashion in the 5th inning. The single by Grant Knipp and the home run right after that by Aiden Kane. Those are the only 2 runs that have crossed the plate this evening. Sanford 2, Newport nothing here with 1 out in the top of the 7th. Joey Rezick, the batter, looking at strike 1 in the cleanup spot for this Mainers team is 0 for 2 so far today. Ground out in the 2nd, struck out in the 5th. There's a breaking ball by Jake Garland coming in at 81 miles per hour. It's got the good mix of the fastball in the 90s, the breaking ball in the low 80s, and just 2 hits allowed so far today. He's got another strikeout. Jake Garland is on fire. His 2nd outing of the season, you could not have asked for much better. Make it 9 strikeouts on the mound, now in 6 2/3 innings, and just the 2 hits given up.
I mean, you can't ask for much more from a pitching standpoint when you're in the Newport Gulls. I mean, it's hard to score runs right now, but the pitching staff is just on fuego, por fuego right now for the Newport Gulls pitchers.
And if you look back, Newport's only allowed 1 run over the last, 3 runs, including the ones tonight, in the last 12 innings. There's a ball to Grant Knipp, the starting catcher for this Mainers squad. Keene went up 5-0 last night. By the 3rd, Newport only gave up 1 run the rest of the game. Breaking ball finds the zone. Now 2 balls and a strike to the man that started the damage. It was his single and Aiden Kane's blast over the center field wall that has the only scoring today as he grounds 1 foul behind the plate. That was just his 5th hit all season. A big time to have it. Newport with just 3 hits. Sanford with 2. We talked about the similarities to matchup number 1 between these 2 teams. We're seeing a lot of them. Swing and a miss. He got him. Strike 3. Parker Haskin finishes it off at first base. Jake Garland, give him double-digit strikeouts on the night. 7 innings of mastery. But Newport needs some runs. It is time to stretch at Cardines Field. Sanford 2, Newport nothing. We'll be right back here on the NECBL Network.
Whether you're an island resident or just visiting, the fastest way to get to the Cape and Islands is by taking New England League's preferred partner, the Steamship Authority Ferry. Visit steamshipauthority.com for more information. Zephyr is the official on-field cap of the NECBL. Also known as the Z-Hats, Zephyr is the authentic college hat with a loyal following of those who only wear the Z. Zephyr makes hats for over 800 colleges and channels that same energy and creativity into building custom hats of all types for pro sports teams, clothing brands, and companies everywhere. Make sure you pick up your Newport Gulls official on-field cap today. The chase for the Fay Vincent Senior Cup begins on Monday, August 1st, when the 2022 New England League playoffs begin. 6 teams will qualify this year, each of the 3 division winners and then the 3 teams with the highest winning percentages. The top 2 teams will receive a first-round bye, while the other 4 teams open things up with a single elimination wildcard round. The winning teams will advance to the best-of-3 series for the Final 4, and then the last 2 teams standing will match up in the best-of-3 NECBL Championship Series to compete for the league title and the right to hoist the Fay Vincent Senior Cup. We'll see you in August for the start of the 2022 postseason.
Time to stretch for the Cardines faithful. Cheering on their team, hoping that they can cheer on some runs. Newport without one yet this evening. 2-0 the Sanford lead. And Alec Makarevich, the first batter for the Gulls, a big swing and a miss for strike 1. It is Butler out there again for his 2nd inning of relief. And Makarevich tried holding up and could not on that swing in the dirt, so now 0-2. Ryan Butler, a perfect first inning out of the bullpen. 2 strikeouts. Did not allow a batter to reach. Newport does not have a hit since the 4th inning in this game. Here we sit in the 7th. And a swing and a miss. He got Makarevich on 3 pitches. Well, this Sanford pitching staff tonight has been sensational, as has Jake Garland. It has been a back-and-forth battle, and right now, the edge remaining to the Mainers.
Yeah, and there's not much you can ask for really out of either side. You know, sometimes all it takes is one swing, and that is the difference as of right now.
6 out of the last 7 retired by Mainers arms, and a strike to the Newport 5-hitter, Trent Farquhar.
Yeah, this is the guy we ball him right up, the king of Cardines that's so far this season. I mean, as we call him, Lord Farquhar. All hail everyone right now.
That ball missing down low. Now 1-1 the count to the Michigan State DH. Seeing a lot of success with Newport this season. 0 for 1 today. Did reach on a walk back in the 4th and was the man that was cut down at second base in that massive inning-ending double play for the Mainers in the 4th. Big cut and a miss for Farquhar, now 1-2. A strong season with Michigan State and a real strong season, start to the season here this summer. Popped him up into shallow in the outfield. Running out there, Reynes, the shortstop, makes the catch. 5 up, 5 down for Butler on the mound. And Josh Kuroda-Grauer looking to change that, stepping into the box. 0 for 2 so far today. Looks at ball 1 outside. 3 hits for Newport tonight, just 2 for the Mainers. A similar spot to where it was the last time these two played in the 7th inning, as a strike comes in from Butler. And the Rutgers Scarlet Knight product trying to give Newport a spark here. But Butler just keeping on attacking that zone. Does not make it easy, working quite quickly. And now ready here with a 1-2 pitch. Skipped in the dirt, so now 2-2 the count to Kuroda-Grauer. Just 1 Newport base runner has reached since that double play that he grounded into. It was the Cam Clayton walk. Got him on a strikeout. 2 more strikeouts for Butler. It's finished off over at first base. And another 0 put on the board by the Sanford Mainers. A pitching clinic here at Cardines Field. Sanford 2, Newport nothing. As we head to the 8th at Cardines Field. On the NECBL Broadcast Network and Sanford 104.3, The Legends.
Zephyr is the official on-field cap of the NECBL. Also known as the Z-Hats, Zephyr is the authentic college hat with a loyal following of those who only wear the Z. Zephyr makes hats for over 800 colleges and channels that same energy and creativity into building custom hats of all types for pro sports teams, clothing brands, and companies everywhere. Make sure you pick up your Newport Gulls official on-field cap today. Fans, the NECBL's broadcast network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8, purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule.
It is still Jay Garland for the Newport Gulls, the first Newport arm to work into an 8th inning so far this season, as he faces 6, 7, and 8 in the Sanford order, and a big number 40, Aiden Kane, with the biggest swing so far in this game, the only 2 RBIs on the 2-run shot he had back in the 5th inning.
Yeah, and that is the difference thus far. And, you know, people say it's one swing that makes a difference, and that's been the difference so far tonight.
Garland working quickly and fires that ball down low. I mean, it's only 8:15 here tonight. This game has been moving at an unreal pace. Here we sit in the top of the 8th. And he walked him. So Kane reaches for a second straight time. And Sanford, for the first time all game, has the leadoff man on base.
First time they've had a man that's walked.
Right.
Well.
Yeah.
And maybe a sign for Jake Garland has been as good as you can be. And it's his first walk. He's yielded just 2 hits. That was the first pitch ball there to Reynes.
He was able to recover after that 2-run home run pretty smoothly. I mean, it doesn't even look like he's broke a sweat, as Zach alluded to. I mean, he looks very calm up there. He's moving pretty fast. So this is good. This is a big opportunity right here.
Flown up in the air into no man's land. It'll fall for a base hit. Reynes has a bloop single. Stopping at second is Kane. And Sanford has something going. The first 2 runners reach here in the top of the 8th. It's the 3rd hit all night by the Mainers, but all of a sudden have a real threat here against Jake Garland.
Yeah, first start for Jake Reynes, first hit in that one as well. Similar to what we saw from Singham, which was the last hit for Newport, that kind of bloop single out into left field, forcing those 3 fielders, the shortstop, third baseman, and left fielder, trying to find a way to make a play. And Slade Alford, he was the closest one to making the grab out there.
Well, Sanford has just 4, I'll make it 5 base runners this entire game. 2 of them are standing on the base paths here with nobody out. And squaring around now, bringing it back, is Kevin Skagerlin, the 8-hitter. That's a strike anyway, says Ronaldo Cockrum. 0 for 2 on the day, a strikeout in the 5th, grounded out back in the 3rd inning for the 8-hitter. Playing in on the grass is Singham, another square opportunity. A little bit of chin music to the left fielder. That's a big spot. Newport without a run today, the only 2 on the day coming back in the 4th inning. As Skagerlin squares it, pops it up, and not enough time for Parker Haskin to try to go and make a grab. He was anxiously running over, hoping for a chance. Any out you can get, you'll take here if you're the Gulls. Newport sending a starting pitcher out for an 8th inning of work for the first time all summer. And certainly worthy is Jake Garland, but in a pickle here in the 8th. As this is driven back into center field, running over Ledbetter, and it falls for a base hit. Initially having to wait was Kane. He's held up at third base. Back-to-back hits for the Mainers. All 3 batters that have come up to the plate this inning have reached, and the bases are loaded here with still nobody out.
That's a nice sight to see for Kevin Skagerland as well. He struggled with hitting on the year, and, you know, a couple bloops, you find yourselves with the bases loaded. Big chance to add some insurance runs for your bullpen because, you know, anything can happen really as this one moves along.
Gulls infield creeping in. Sensing the importance of keeping this a 2-run game, not letting this lead balloon. But there are no one out for Jason Kramer. That pitch skipping in the dirt, and Parker Haskin does a good job of keeping it in front of him. A big spot for your 9-hitter. 0 for 2 himself. A lot of 0 for 2s in this Sanford order. They have just 4 hits on the day, but are in command right now. 2-run lead, and it could be a lot more than that by the time this inning is over. Kramer with a soft chopper, rolling foul down that first base line. And maybe a break for the Newport Gulls. That ball was really in between home plate and first, and Singham went to field it. It certainly probably would have brought home a run.
Yeah, no doubt. That was definitely in no man's land. No one was really getting it. I don't even know if someone was going to get out on that. So that was definitely a run scored.
1-2. Skips in the dirt. Another block from Haskin. And now a 2-2 count to the Sanford DH out of St. John's, Cape Coral, Florida. A massive opportunity in his 8th game this summer. hitting just 190 coming into tonight's action. Here comes the 2-2. Breaking ball, popped it up. It'll remain on the infield. Singham makes the catch for a big first out here in the 8th.
That's exactly what you want from Jake Garland. A pop-up in the end field. Pretty easy routine play for Singham. You get the nice next guy up, and a double play ends the inning.
Now Newport can try to play for that ground ball. The Gulls infield now backing up, back to the infield dirt. And they'll try to replicate what the Sanford Mainers did in the 4th inning when they induced a inning-ending, bases-loaded double play out of Josh Kuroda-Grauer. Top of the order, and Quinn McDaniel with a big swing and a miss for strike 1.
I think he was expecting a fastball there from Garland and went with the off speed, gets him to go right over top of it.
Now how about this? Leadoff hitters tonight for both teams combined, 0 for 6 with 6 strikeouts. McDaniel looking to change that, and he drives it into center field. He does change that. That is off the wall. It is gone. Quinn McDaniel clears the fence. A game-changing play. A grand slam for the Sanford Mainers. They have blown it open. 6-0 now the score. Wow. As Holbrook now coming out to the mound, that'll likely do it for Garland. A huge turn of events. Garland's day is done. Newport making a call to the bullpen. We'll have that name for you on the other side of the break. Now a 6-0 Sanford lead over Newport. We'll be right back.
Whether you're an island resident or just visiting, the fastest way to get to the Cape and Islands is by taking the New England League's preferred partner, the Steamship Authority Ferry. Visit steamshipauthority.com for more information. Zephyr is the official on-field cap of the NECBL. Also known as the Z-Hats, Zephyr is the authentic college hat with a loyal following of those who only wear the Z. Zephyr makes hats for over 800 colleges and channels that same energy and creativity into building custom hats of all types for pro sports teams, clothing brands, and companies everywhere. Make sure you pick up your Newport Gulls official on-field cap today. Franklin Sports is proud to be the official batting glove of the New England League. This summer, the NECBL and its 14 organizations join over 200 major leaguers by wearing custom Franklin batting gloves as members of the Franklin family. To design your own custom pair of batting gloves, visit franklinsports.com and join the fam. Franklin is the official batting glove of the New England League. The Newport Gulls
A completely different ball game as we welcome you back to Carneades Field. Now a 6-0 Sanford lead over Newport. The day is finally over for Jake Garland. It was an unbelievable first 7 innings. He finishes with 7 1/3, 5 hits, 6 runs, all of them earned. 4 coming on 1 swing from Quinn McDaniel. A grand slam here in the top of the 8th inning. Garland done after 7 1/3, and in steps the Washington Husky right-hander, Jack Bunnell, for the Newport Gulls. He is the first arm out of the bullpen and pitches for Newport here in his second outing. Went 2 innings in Newport's last game here at Carneades Field back against the Ocean State Waves. Was tagged with 2 runs, both of them earned, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts, coming on just 1 hit. I'm looking to keep this at just a 6-run deficit. This game has been blown open. 4 runs for Sanford coming on 1 swing. And Matthew Polk, the 2-hitter, now digging in. He swings first pitch and hits it back foul. 6 runs on just 5 hits. Sanford had just 2 hits coming into the top of the 8th inning. Now they have 6 runs. Oh, 1 to Polk. A curveball that is chopped foul. That's for a guy that was 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts on the day. Had not seen the ball well all day. And then all of a sudden deposits one over the tall fence out there in center field.
Yeah, and if you remember earlier in that bat, that first pitch strike, it wasn't a great swing either. He got that changeup, made him look silly, going over the top of it, and then they're just able to square one up.
Curveball that is demolished foul off the bat of Matthew Polk. Off of the net behind us, and Sanford starting to see the ball a lot better these last couple of innings. 2 runs for the Mainers in the 4th. Those were the only runs through 7 full at Cardines Field until this top of the 8th inning. 0-2 from Bunnell. Out and away on the off speed. Now 1-2 to Matthew Polk, who was hit by a pitch in the 1st, caught stealing. Since then, a pair of groundouts, one in the 4th, one in the 6th inning. 1-2 coming from Bunnell. Just missing on that outside part of the plate to the righty Polk. Wanted the call. Haskin tried the frame, but that's a good eye from Polk. Keep this at bat going. Just 1 walk all day so far for the Mainers, and it came in this very inning. Bunnell with a curveball. That one's in there for strike 3. A near similar location, that time going to the breaking ball. And Jack Bunnell has out number 2 here.
Yeah, Newport's just trying to get those guys up and at the plate. I mean, this is all they could do right now. Obviously, the Grand Slam completely changes the complexion of the game. So now you just have to get these outs, get up, and see what you can do from there.
Have to work through the Vanderbilt Commodore. Cal Hewitt first. 0 for 2 so far today, and he looks at a ball down low. Well, excuse me, 0 for 3 today with a strikeout. Now the 4th time through this Mainers order. 4 runs on 2 hits this inning for Sanford. Could only manage 3 runs the first time that these 2 teams played. Here they are with double that amount in the top of the 8th inning in search for their 4th consecutive win. And Newport, if this result holds, will be handed their 4th straight loss. 2-0, cut on and missed from Hewitt. And now it's 2-1. A dangerous hitter in that 3 spot. Another recent addition for this Sanford team. Hewitt, Rezick, Polk all coming on these last couple of days. As there's a strike from Bunnell to even the count now 2-2.
And Hewitt, not exactly an unfamiliar face
right
in Sanford, obviously, but still just a recent addition.
Awaiting a 2-2 pitch here from Bunnell. Here it comes. Fastball, he got him. Jack Bunnell comes in, and he does his job. 3 straight outs recorded, but the damage done for Sanford in this inning. A grand slam from the second baseman, Quinn McDaniel, has opened it up. Sanford 6, Newport nothing. As we go to the bottom of the 8th here at Cardines Field.
Whether you're an island resident or just visiting, the fastest way to get to the Cape and Islands is by taking the New England League's preferred partner, the Steamship Authority Ferry. Visit steamshipauthority.com for more information. Zephyr is the official on-field cap of the NECBL. Also known as the Z-Hats, Zephyr is the authentic college hat with a loyal following of those who only wear the Z. Zephyr makes hats for over 800 colleges and channels that same energy and creativity into building custom hats of all types for pro sports teams, clothing brands, and companies everywhere. Make sure you pick up your Newport Gulls official on-field cap today. For the first time in league history, the 2022 New England League All-Star Game is headed to Martha's Vineyard, home of the Sharks. On Sunday, July 24th, join the NECBL's best as they ferry over to the island and enter the Shark Tank in front of scouts from every MLB organization. Visit asg22.necbl.com for more information. And don't forget to make your ferry reservation at Steamship Authority.
Back here on the NECBL Network, Newport with some work to do, now trailing 6-0 to their counterparts, the Sanford Mainers. Goals sending 7, 8, and 9 to the plate. Slade Alford, Cam Clayton, and Parker Haskin. Now in a 6-run hole here tonight. Slade Alford with a ball that's fair down the left field line. First pitch swinging, rounding first, a big turn, and he'll stay there. That is the spark Newport so desperately needed. The first goals hit since all the way back in the 4th inning.
Hey, any way you can do it right there. That's a nice contact, really good swing, gets on first base, and we go from here.
Sam Kulasingam, the last Newport batter to record a hit, Newport's 4th base knock of the night. Incredibly, the same total, just one less than what the Mainers have at 5. Yet in a 6-run hole is Cam Clayton. The righty digs in. That pitch is over his head, and Alford's going to have second easily. Rolls very close to the white chalk line between the Newport Gulls dugout and the field of play. If it rolls over that line, it is out of play. And that's worth mentioning because if Alford had gotten to second and that ball rolls out of play, he may have very well been granted third base. It is still Ryan Butler on the mound for the Sanford Mainers, now working into his 3rd inning here. He has been spectacular. 4 strikeouts, and that the first hit he had allowed. There's a strike, now 1-1 the count to the shortstop Clayton.
And I got to imagine this is his last inning of work, and if I'm a betting man, I would go ahead and say Brian Craven's getting loose in the Mainers bullpen.
Fires a 1-1 to Clayton, shot down the right field line, tailing out of play onto West Marlboro Street. So after the wild ball one over Clayton's head, as you do get a look here at the Sanford bullpen, and just a few guys getting loose. No one wearing a jersey number that we can see, and no one really quite warming up for either team.
If I'm going off faces, those are, I believe that's Jack Mullen and Zach Rogers, so I'm wrong.
1-2 coming to Clayton. Stays alive on the off speed. 79 on the gun from Butler. He is the first reliever for Sanford today. The Mainers have been pitching a shutout. Newport has been shut out in its last 2 games. Looking to avoid a 3rd consecutive game. The Gulls had just 1 run in the game before that. It has not been the offensive stretch the Gulls have wanted, especially after the 6-game winning streak. Newport was riding high, 42 runs in a 4-game stretch, over 10 runs a game there with your simple math. And the Gulls looking for a late rally here. Bottom of the 8th, no outs for the 8-hitter Clayton. Butler's 1-2 hit over the head of the shortstop Reynes into left field, and coming home with the first Newport Gulls run of the night is Slade Alford. An RBI single for Cam Clayton, and the Gulls are on the board at 6-1.
The Gulls dugout going crazy right there. They get a run, and you see them like go to the heavens right there. That is, that's how you turn the tide, as we said. You get that momentum going, and maybe that could be it right there. 1 run, I mean, you could turn it into anything. Baseball is crazy. You know, you saw that grand slam change the whole thing, and you could see it was a 3-1. It was, I mean, the game was a lot closer if you don't give them that grand slam. But now you're in the position you're in. You got to execute again right here.
It had been 26 innings. The streak is now over. Newport with a run back. Some more work to do as the 9-hitter Parker Haskin digs in. And looks at a first pitch ball. Newport fans and dugout egging on the Gulls. They need to complete a 6-run comeback here. They nearly did it against the Ocean State Waves back last Friday, 5 days ago. 1-0 is hit right back off of the top of our roof here. It was a 12-6 game. Newport cut it to a 12-10 game and had the tying run out on second base in the 9th inning. Certainly some different circumstances. Newport had a much stronger offensive night back last Friday, just able to bring home its first run of the night, but still some baseball to be played. 1-1 to Haskin is a curveball outside. Now a 2-1 count to the Elon Phoenix catcher. Looking to keep the line moving with the top of the order due up after him and Luke Beckstein. Haskin 0 for 2 today, grounded into that unbelievable double play turned by the Sanford Mainers as Jake Reynes with a 6-3 double play where he robbed Haskin of a hit. 2-1. Another pitch outside and a good hitter's count here as Haskin getting out ahead. Guy that had a .462 on base percentage last summer up the road with the Upper Valley Nighthawks here in the NECBL. It's his second year. 3-1. Down low, a 5-pitch walk for Parker Haskin. The start to the inning, the Newport Gulls were looking for. The first 3 batters reach, a run on the board, and now the top of the order up with Luke Beckstein.
And I got to imagine someone should be warming up for the Mainers. Ryan Butler starting to lose control a little bit.
And one swing can't tie the game, but Newport has done a job here in the bottom of the 8th, inching their way closer, bringing up its strongest part of the lineup and the top of the order with the second baseman Beckstein. He looks at ball 1 upstairs. Now make it 5 balls in the last 6 pitches for a guy that had, quite frankly, 0 command issues in his first 2 innings out of the bullpen. This is his 3rd inning. Maybe starting to feel that fatigue a little bit as Beckstein swinging on the 1-0, flies it out into right field, running in, charging in, and making the catch is Rezick, tagging to third Clayton. He'll make it without a throw. For a moment there, it looked like Rezick may have lost it in the lights. He found it in time to make the catch. And a big first out for the Sanford Mainers in the bottom of the 8th.
Yeah, that was 100% a really difficult play. I mean, it was hard to see from our vantage point, but, I mean, it was looking like it was dropping really, really fast, and he was able to get there, get that nice out, and now you get a tag up. I mean, it's a productive out. You got first and third, 1 out with Colton Ledbetter up.
As hot as any Newport goal, a week 2 NECBL honor roll selection, looking to come through for his team at a time where they really need him. A single in the first inning, has not reached base since. 1 for 3 on the day with a strikeout. Over at third, Clayton, and over at first, Parker Haskin. Skipping in the dirt, it gets away. Here comes Clayton to the plate with a second Gulls run. Newport inching closer. It's a 6-2 game as Haskin goes to second. A rally for the Newport Gulls here in the bottom of the 8th. Looking for some Cardines magic. A 6-run deficit has been cut to 4. 1-1 coming to Ledbetter. Upstairs, and another Newport hitter. Staying patient at the plate, getting out ahead. Now 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, Gulls 3-1 here at Cardines Field so far this season. I mean, these fans haven't seen them lose too often. Obviously, they lost last time against the Waves, but trying to move that record to 4-1.
Ledbetter, high and deep into center field. That ball is on a one-way ticket out of here. Demolished. Colton Ledbetter has his 4th home run of the summer, and it's a 6-4 game.
Better call NASA because that thing is still in orbit. Let me tell you right now, I don't think that thing has landed right now. Colton Ledbetter, absolute moonshot, huge momentum boost. The tide is slowly turning in the favor of the Newport Gulls right now.
How about this game? 4 runs by Sanford in the top of the 8th, 4 runs for Newport in the bottom of the 8th. Unbelievable. And now a mound visit for the Mainers. Newport has rallied here to cut it to 2. And Butler, after really facing essentially 0 adversity through the first 2 innings, has now been tagged with 4 here in the 8th.
Yeah, and his offense did exactly what you would want if you're a pitcher. Gave you even more cushion with another 4 runs, and then maybe got a little cold in the dugout. We don't know, but that ball was crushed. Ledbetter teed it up. Both times I've worked with you, you've talked about the power he's possessed. I've been waiting for it, and then that one just a no-doubter right off the bat.
Demolished to center field, 96 the exit speed, 371 feet for Colton Ledbetter. He has homered in the last 3 games now here at Cardines Field. His 4th long ball of the summer. Newport now within 2 for Sam Kulisingham. Dangerous in his own right. He fouls it away. Sammy Kay with a hit in the 4th inning. Hasn't had quite the stretch he's wanted, just 1 for his last 11. That can change in a heartbeat for a guy that hit over 400 this season with Air Force. Big cut and a miss. Now 0-2, and interesting decision here for Nick Lops and company, sticking with Butler here in the 8th inning after the 4 spot Newport's put up.
Yeah, I was a little intrigued by that decision as well, but maybe trying to reset his mind. Obviously the bases are now cleared, but still, when you give up 4 runs, it definitely can cause some issues.
Breaking ball misses outside. Now 1-2 the count to Newport's 3-hitter, the Mountain West Conference Player of the Year. 1 for 3 so far today. Newport has cut this to a 2-run game. And now a 2-2 count to Kulisingham. Singles from Slade Alford and Cam Clayton. Haskin with a walk. And Colton Ledbetter with a no doubt about it 2-run shot. Kulisingham smacks it into left field on a line, and only having to move over a couple steps to his left. Skagerlin in left to make the catch. Boy, that had a hit written all over it. Maybe hit a little bit too hard, and the Mainers will take it for the 2nd out.
Yeah, he teed that one up, and that's maybe a sign of, starting to maybe lose a little bit of control and location, but, able to get semi-bailed out as Kulisingham got that one right on the screws.
Can Alec Makarevich keep the inning going for Newport? Looks at ball number 1. Had Newport's 2nd hit of the night back in the 2nd inning. Walked a couple innings later in the 4th. And quickly out ahead, 2 balls and no strikes. A guy with plenty of pop himself. 11 home runs, 1 coming in the Super Regional round against Texas. And he skies it into no man's land in left field, into foul territory. Running over, making a jumping catch, Matthew Polk. What a play in foul territory to end an unbelievable bottom of the 8th. 4 runs for the Mainers in the top of the 8th. 4 more for Newport in the bottom of the 8th. And instead of sending it to a break, we're going to keep things right here on the NECBL Network here at Cardines Field. A crazy game here, but Caden, not the only game going on across the league. One of 6 scheduled games here tonight. Let's get a look at some of those scores around the league.
Yeah, for sure. As you said, Zach, I'll go around the league a little bit, but obviously an insane game here. 1 game is already final. The Upper Valley Nighthawks have defeated the Keene Swamp Bats, a team that defeated the Gulls yesterday. They shut them out. 10-0 win for the Nighthawks. The Winnipesaukee Muskrats have a 6-4 lead over the Coastal Division rivals of the Gulls, the Martha's Vineyard Sharks. The Bristol Blues look to make it 9 consecutive wins. They are up right now against the Steeple Cats 4-1. The Vermont Mountaineers, they are tied right now with the Mystic Schooners over at Dodge Stadium in Norwich, Connecticut, by a score of 3-3. the Vermont Mountaineers have lost one game so far this season. Could that be their second? The Schooners are trying to make it as difficult as possible. And then postponed over at Mackenzie Stadium, the Valley Blue Sox and the Danbury Westerners. That game has been postponed, probably due to weather. And then we have our game here right now at Cardines Field. Probably game flipped on his head. So we'll see what happens the rest of the game.
We've said it plenty when we've checked in on some scores. The game of the night, you could look around the NECBL. It could be right here at Cardines Field. We have been treated with a unbelievable game as we head to inning number 9. It is still Jack Bunnell out on the mound for the Newport Gulls, the first Newport reliever. And he goes up against 4, 5, and 6 in this Sanford order. Joey Rezick, Grant Knipp, and Kane, Aiden Kane, and big cut and a miss for Rezick for strike 1. After neither side could muster much of anything. 7 innings into this game, 4 runs apiece in the 8th inning. That kind of night at the yard. A grand slam for Quinn McDaniel in the top of the 8th. A 4-spot highlighted by a 2-run home run from Colton Ledbetter in the bottom of the 8th. As that 1-1 just missing inside from the Washington Husky, Jack Bunnell. Getting some prime time experience right here with the Newport Gulls this summer. Has come in 2 huge 9th inning spots so far this season. High chopper back up the middle, backhand by Beckstein. Over to first, and in time. An emphatic punch from Matt Catane over at first, signaling the out, and Jack Bunnell came in when it was a 6-0 game. He has done his job. Now make it an inning full, couple of strikeouts, and nobody has reached since he got the call to the mound. As Grant Knipp, the catcher, now stepping in. Breaking ball that misses down low from Bunnell. Well, we mentioned just his second appearance this summer, first coming in the 8th and 9th innings against the Ocean State Waves. Here we are, he pitches in the 8th and 9th innings against the Sanford Mainers. Big cut and a miss on the breaking ball from Bunnell. Had a little 12-6 kind of curve on it, 81 miles per hour out of his hand. Now 1 ball and 1 strike to the 5-hitter Knipp. Had the very first hit of the night for this Mainers group. That fastball at 90 miles an hour, missing outside, now 2-1.
Yeah, you said it, Zach. I mean, this is a really big spot right here for Bunnell. I mean, he was in this position last time against the Waves. But now, definitely a confidence booster, in my opinion. They put up 4 runs on the board, only down 2 runs. I feel like mentally that's definitely going to give you a little bit of a boost, so you could get at-bats, and now you have another opportunity after this if you get through this inning.
2-2 the count to Knipp, the catcher. Got him. Jack Bunnell, nastiness with a curveball. Oh, baby. Strikeout number 3 to just his 4th hitter. And in the blink of an eye, now 2 gone here in the 9th.
Yeah, and this is exactly what you want from a reliever. You touched on it. He's doing his job. You know, you come in a situation where your team's down and you just got to get outs.
Looking to go 3 up, 3 down. Aiden Kane standing in the way of that. And, well, he got the scoring started tonight with that 2-run blast in the 5th. Reached on base again and got the party started for the Sanford Mainers with a walk an inning ago. As that pitch just missing a tad inside, now 2-0 the count to the first baseman. That swing, his first home run all summer. What a time to have it. As that 2-0 misses a tad in and down, says Ronaldo Cockrum. And Aiden Kane now potentially a pitch away here from a second consecutive base on balls. Bunnell looking to avoid his first walk. As there's a strike. Kane was ready to go to first. Instead, now a 3-1 count. That home run in the 5th inning, one of just 5 hits the Sanford Mainers have had tonight. And there's ball 4. So Kane on for the third time tonight, the second time he has been walked. And now a 2-out base runner here for the Mainers in the ninth.
Second time in a row that Kane's walked as well.
Can the Mainers do anything with it? They had not earned a walk all game until the 8th inning. Now have 2 on the scoreboard as Jake Reynes steps in, looks at strike number 1. One for 3 day for the 7-hitter. He really helped push that rally after the Kane walk, as that's outside. Kane walked, Reynes and Skagerlund with singles, and after a fly out by Jason Kramer for the first out of the inning, a grand slam from the leadoff man, Quinn McDaniel. That pitch in there for a strike. Well, Bunnell has, outside of that at bats of Kane, had strong command of the zone and the work that he has done so far. Out ahead of another hitter, a ball and 2 strikes. Looking to get Newport back to the dugout, down just 2. And he does so. Jack Bunnell, ring him up again. How about that performance out of the bullpen? Lights out, strikeout number 4. He works a spotless inning in 2/3. And Newport in need of some magic. Last chance for the Gulls in the bottom of the 9th. Sanford going to the bullpen. Mainers 6 and Gulls 4. We'll have the name for you on the other side when we return to the bottom of the 9th here on the NECBL Network and 104.3 Sanford. The Legends will be right back.
Whether you're an island resident or just visiting, the fastest way to get to the Cape and Islands is by taking the New England League's preferred partner, the Steamship Authority Ferry. Visit steamshipauthority.com for more information. Zephyr is the official on-field cap of the NECBL. Also known as the Z-Hats, Zephyr is the authentic college hat with a loyal following of those who only wear the Z. Zephyr makes hats for over 800 colleges and channels that same energy and creativity into building custom hats of all types for pro sports teams, clothing brands, and companies everywhere. Make sure you pick up your Newport Gulls official on-field cap today. Whether you're an island resident or just visiting, the fastest way to get to the Cape and Islands is by taking the New England League's preferred partner, the Steamship Authority Ferry. Visit steamshipauthority.com for more information.
Well, we've been treated to some unreal games at Cardines Field. This one right up there. 6-4, Sanford on top as we head to the bottom half of the 9th inning in this roller coaster game. Both teams scoring 4 times in the 8th, and Sanford looking to close it out. They go to the bullpen for the second time tonight. It is Brady Afton that is called upon by manager Nick Lops.
Yeah, and Afton, another one of those new additions, brother of Bryce Afton on the Mainers, coming over from UConn. Was a late addition, obviously, because of UConn's run in the NCAA tournament, and made 1 appearance on Sunday. I believe it was in Game 1 against Keene. Went 2 innings and was relatively strong.
It is Trent Farquhar that gets things started for the Gulls down to their final 3 outs as that pitch missing just a bit in. Nearly everyone in the Newport dugout on their feet, and the fans that remain at Cardines Field on the edge of their seats. 5, 6, and 7 in the Newport order at least will come to the plate. Farquhar scoring around a bunt and bunts it foul. With Kane and Polk, the corner infielders, playing far back. He was bunting for a hit right there, trying to catch this Mainers defense napping. Farquhar reached on a walk in the 6th. An 0 for 2 day. Drives it down the first base line, just a tad foul. That could have been the start Newport was looking for in the 9th. Instead, now a 1-2 count.
I think one hit right here will get it going. If you just get one man on base, no matter how it is, walk, hit batsman, single, anything like that, I think that changes the whole complexion of this inning.
A ball and 2 strikes to the DH out of Michigan State. And Farquhar stays alive. Just the 2nd appearance of the season for Brady Afton. A big one at that. Sanford was pitching a shutout until the bottom of the 8th inning. Newport scored 4 times. But the Gulls need 2 more to keep this game going, 3 to win it. One-two pitch. Skied in the air into shallow center field. Backing up Reynes into left. Makes the catch. Farquhar just missed it, getting under it. And now Newport down to its final 2 outs. Josh Kuroda-Grauer looking to spark a rally here for the Newport Gulls. 4 runs on 6 hits. JKG looking for his first hit of the night. He's got 16 on the season. As that curveball nearly hits him, he backs up on the pitch inside, a ball and no strikes. Afton working quickly, fires a fastball, and it dots the zone. 93 miles per hour from Brady Afton. Looking to close the door and split this season series with the Newport Gulls for Sanford this regular season. As the 1-1 hit back out of play. Onto the net, now a 1-2 count to the Rutgers right fielder, Josh Kuroda-Grauer. Looking to get something going for this Newport team. Seemingly could not find any offense until the 8th inning. A 14-game hitting streak for JKG this past regular season. And hits it. That's fair down the left field line. His first hit of the night is a huge one. Rounding first, heading for second, and he's in there with a slide. Josh Kuroda-Grauer with an extra base knock here in the 9th. The Gulls aren't done yet.
I mean, that's it right there. You get a guy in scoring position right now, tying run at the dish right now. This is exactly what you want for the Newport Gulls. But the Mainers are still in control. They have a 6-4 lead. So let's see what the Slade Alford right here. I had a single last time at bat. This is unbelievable. Out of nowhere, the Newport Gulls offense just, we knew the time was going to come. But this is the perfect time right now.
What a moment here for the Mississippi State Bulldog, Newport's third baseman. He represents the tying run. Had a 2-homer game 8 days ago out at Martha's Vineyard. And is treated with a sharp breaking ball. Misses down low below the zone. 1-0 the count. 1 for 3 today with that single, as you mentioned, Caden. It sparked the Newport rally, leading off the bottom of the 8th. Came around to score on the RBI single from Cam Clayton. Fastball gets the outer part of the zone, and right back comes Afton. Now 1-1. Newport 4 runs in the 8th, looking to complete a 6-run comeback. But work to do. 1-1 pitch to Alford. Another fastball, and again on that outer part of the plate. He doesn't like the call, but Afton went right back to that spot and got another strike call from Ronaldo Cockrum. Now 1-2. Gulls down to their final 2 outs. Alford skies it in the air and will remain on the infield. Dirt Reynes again making the catch for the 2nd time in this 9th inning. And Alford is retired for a 3rd time tonight. Cam Clayton is the final hope here for Newport.
That's a great response from Afton. You let that double down the line. and then you fire in 2 pitches on the outside part of the plate, and then you jam them back on the inside there, forcing the pop out.
Can Cam Clayton keep this game going? A single his last time up in the 8th brought home the first Gulls run of the day. Swinging first pitch and hits it back foul. The shortstop had a strong season out with the University of Washington. And a huge spot right here. 56 games played this past spring. Has been a mainstay in the Newport order since arriving. Kuroda Grauer on second. Clayton representing the tying run at the dish. 2 down in the 9th. And Clayton hits it high and deep in a center underneath it and making the catch in right field. Joey Rezick, that is the ball game. A fitting way for this thrilling game, a heartbreaking game for the Newport Gulls to come to a close. Wow. Newport drops its 4th straight. Sanford wins its 4th straight. Your final score from Cardines Field, Sanford 6 and Newport 4. Wow.
I mean, I held my breath there for a moment on that last swing. I saw how it flew out, and I got scared for a second, but Rezick seemed confident. He pushed it just a little too far into that kind of right center, deeper part of the ballpark here.
A long flyout is it for the Newport Gulls. A heartbreaking loss, a 2nd straight heartbreaking loss here at Cardines Field. From a fight that we couldn't really have seen that was coming, Caden. This was a 6-0 game after the Quinn McDaniel Grand Slam, but Newport really did battle their way back.
Yeah, but, I mean, obviously you come up short in this game, but the momentum turned. The offense got going, and I feel like that is a positive that you could take out of this game. The pitching was really, really good. I mean, Bunnell, Garland, they pitched really, really well today. And you get these guys going at the end of the game, maybe that goes into the next game. That's a positive, but obviously this is 100% a heartbreaker. I mean, I was holding my breath. I mean, I think all these fans were too. But just a devastating loss. Definitely a hard-fought loss, though.
An unbelievable game. Sanford with the first 2 runs of the game. Aiden Kane with a home run, and this was a 2-0 game. Heading into the top of the 8th, a grand slam from Quinn McDaniel, and it looked like that might be all she wrote. It might be over before Newport came back with a furious rally.
Yeah, and you can never count out Newport. From what I've seen, this offense has always come on late, and it was especially on display when the bullpen came out against Sanford in the first meeting. That was late, couple insurance runs, and then here, I was hoping for a scoreless day for this pitching staff, but you can never count out any team, no matter the deficit, especially of a team of the quality that Newport has. It's unfortunate that this slump continues, but I feel confident that it'll end for you guys soon.
Well, Newport snapped a 26-inning streak without runs, a furious rally highlighted by a mood shot by Colton Ledbetter, his 4th home run this summer. But it wasn't just him. It was a full rally. Slade Alford, Cam Clayton, Parker Haskin reaching base. And like you said, something at least to feel a little bit good about heading into an off day tomorrow before they're right back here in front of their home fans on Friday.
Yeah, I think you nailed it right there. I mean, that's exactly what you got to do. I mean, as I said, at the end of the game, obviously there was little to no offense. You get in the bottom of the 4th inning, bases loaded, 1 out, and ground out to a double play. That's got to be demoralizing. Mentally, that's really got to take you out of the game. But the dugout was up and at him towards the end of the game. That's definitely a morale boost. I think it's going upwards right now. The losing streak might be going to 4, but right now I think the morale and I think those players, I think they're looking up right now because the tide is slowly turning. It has not yet turned completely. Yes, we have not won in 4 games, but it's looking a little bit more positive right now.
6 runs, 5 hits for the Sanford Mainers tonight. Newport out hitting Sanford, but falling short in the run department. 4 runs, all coming in the 8th inning. And 7 hits for the Newport Gulls. As mentioned, it'll be the second off day for Newport in 3 days tomorrow. Back at it on Friday against the Keene Swamp Bats. And, the final time that these 2 teams will see each other, at least in the regular season, can't speak for playoffs, but Matt, it's been a pleasure having you up here in the booth. I know you have a long bus ride to get back up to Sanford, Maine.
Yeah, it'll be a long bus ride, but these last 2 games, I've enjoyed working them with you, Zach, and I think that's the great thing about this league is the people you meet, and you've been a bright spot to meet, nice friend to make here along the journey.
Well, a unbelievable game between these two teams has come to a close as we sign off here from Cardines Field. For Matt Scalzo, Caden Sharpens here, and myself, Zach Letson, saying so long here on a Wednesday night. Final score, Sanford 6, Newport 4. And we'll see you back here on Friday as Newport takes on the Keene Swamp Bats at 6:35 here at Cardines Field.
Thank you.